Oh, hi everybody. Oh, I'm a little off center. Welcome back to Hearts of Madness, our little Pandemonium campaign. Some announcements before we begin, though. Starting after our Curse of Strahd game tomorrow night, we will be on a holiday hiatus, holiday break until January 1st when we come back with Beneath the Tide and everything else. That means no games until then. But Christmas Day or Christmas Eve, whichever one I feel is most suitable, probably Christmas Eve, I'll be rebroadcasting our Christmas one-shot we did last week. So if you haven't seen Gnome for the Holidays, and you don't want to go on YouTube to watch it, we will be rebroadcasting it next Wednesday at 10, or not next Wednesday, Christmas Day, Christmas Eve at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So stay tuned for that goodness. If you like audio, if you're like a real audiophile, you can check out our podcast on Apple Music and Spotify, or Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and you can find all of the first 5 episodes Beneath the Tide, as well as the continuing ongoing weekly series of Demystifying DMing, which is a little DM discussion kind of tip show where our resident DM of Soldier's Village Queen, Sam, gives weekly DM tips regarding a specific topic. And last week's topic was all about downtime. So if you like downtime, check it out. It's a lot of fun. And if you want to learn how to run downtime better in your games, check it out. What else? Check it out. Check it out. He's really good at what he does. So check it out. And Garrett maintains all the audio stuff too, so check it out. Because both of them do a really good job. That's it. That's really it for announcements. So, last time, y'all made your trek to the Bleak Cabal headquarters after returning from your errand of killing Morfan's crazed mushroom-stealing brother. You guys got some magic items. Auggan got a shield back, and you guys bought some fun little magic items. Auggan now has a Shield of Expression, which is going to be a lot of fun going forward. And you guys got other magic items. You guys approached the headquarters to the Bleak Cabal, met with the leader of the Bleak Cabal, a planetar named Endesmon, and he told you guys about some stuff. Information about should you want to go home, all kinds of information, and basically inquired with you guys helping him out and trying to figure things out regarding why nobody can leave Pandemonium, why it's such a weird place, and try to find a way to stop this maddening wind from just making everyone's life down here a living hell. Before being sent on that dangerous task, and armed with the information from the tavern keeper in Madhouse, Auggan, you guys learned that the sewers beneath the city may be filled with a Mind Flayer colony. And Desmond is curious about how these Mind Flayers got into the city, as you need to be given permission to enter the city or you get disintegrated by the barriers protecting it, and teleporting inside the settlement without permission teleports you automatically into said barrier. So, the party agreed to look into this. They met with Desmond's Mind Flayer council member, whose name was Atukash, who's dressed in like a very pink robes, a sun hat with pink ribbons, trying to make his illithid demeanor look friendlier. Maybe it worked, maybe it doesn't. And you guys agreed to go check out these sewers beneath the city and figure out why all of these residents are going mad in Madhouse, even though they're not even in the winds. So with that, after gathering some information about the predicament within the Bleak Cabal, the party were given a task of delving into the sewers beneath the settlement of Madhouse to figure out how a colony of Mind Flayers are now residing down there. And that's where we're going to pick up the session this week with you guys leaving your meeting with Atukash, the Mind Flayer.
All right, well, that was really useful. Should we go see Morphan next, or?
I think we need to get more things for this particular endeavor.
Yeah. All right. I suppose we should get going then.
Yep.
We kind of head out.
Right.
All right. So, all you know that beholders and mind flayers don't necessarily get along, so we might want to avoid bringing up Atukash.
Oh, okay. Do you think he would know him personally? To know enough that he would, so just maybe just bring him and keep him out as much as possible?
Yeah, I think it's just safer to be vague.
Yeah, okay.
That said, Atukash did tell us that Morphan might know about that mind blank
Spell.
symbol tattoo thing
Right, yeah.
that and Desmond had.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to give him probe him for that info. I need to also see about changing Willie.
Oh.
I'm sure he's a bit more useful in the depths.
What are you thinking of changing him to?
Oh, I think a spider might be beneficial.
Maybe I should look into the same thing, actually. Since it's going to be dark, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, well, I'll consider my options later. But for now, let's go to see Morphan.
All right.
Right, so we head out.
Yeah, so you guys make your way toward, and for the sake of time and everything, you guys pass through the streets. People are still in gibbets screaming. The guy who threw poop at Auggan last time, his arms are now kind of like restrained behind his back, so he can't throw anything. And you guys, after
Going
about...
straight down.
Yeah. So after about... Oh yeah, just right down through the hole onto the street. You guys eventually, after about an hour, get back to Morphan's. And you go inside, and he's currently hovering over the counter, his big monocle on his face, kind of examining something on the counter. His eye stalks are kind of moving it around and looking at it. Oh, hello. That's
Hello.
the wrong voice. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, good. How are you all?
We're very good today. We're doing well.
Can Melody see what he's looking at? Morphan?
It is a jar with something inside of it. You cannot make out what's inside the jar. He's just kind of sloshing it around looking at it.
Yeah. Melody kind of just says, yeah.
It's like a thick red liquid inside the jar.
Okay.
I am doing quite well. I have harvested some mushrooms. So I can start brewing more potions. What can I all do you for? You haven't been gone that long.
No, we haven't. Well, we've been sort of interested in a spell, and we were told that you might know something about it. What was it called, Melody? And Mind?
Well, we went and paid a visit to the Bleak Cabal in search for some work.
Oh, okay.
And they tell us that there's goddamn clutch of mind flayers beneath the city.
Stinking mind flayers, stupid
pests,
stinky.
And yeah, them stinky bastards. We're charged with figuring out how them little buggers made it in here. So yeah, we found out that one of the people in the cabal has like a symbol or tattoo or something like on their chest that is imbued with the Mind Blank spell. I'm not too familiar with it, though.
Mind Blank? Well, that's a spell. And I don't know it myself, but I know its capabilities. If that helps at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, a willing creature that you touch is immune to psychic damage, or it can't be. Nothing can sense its emotions or read its thoughts. Divination spells, or they can't be charmed. They can't be targeted by divination spells. Can't read its thoughts, emotions. It even foils the powerful wish spell, or effects of similar power, used to affect the mind of someone or gain information about someone.
Damn.
So it makes sense that Desmond has it.
Yeah.
You don't by any chance have anything that might carry that spell, do you?
No.
Or perhaps anything that does protect the mind in any fashion.
Well, I have this ring, but all it really does is protects your thoughts from being detected. Meaning, basically, nothing can read your thoughts. But if you guys are going down in a Mind Flayer colony, I assume they have their stupid little dogs, the intellect devourers down there. They'd still be able to detect you.
Right.
I'm not sure how much you know about Mind Flayers. Do you know would they be able to normally read thoughts? Would this be able to? Is that one of their abilities?
It depends on the power of said Mind Flayer and which Mind Flayer you're up against. There are Mind Flayers with differing capabilities. There's Arcanists, there's Psionic, they're just standard Mind Flayers that want to eat your brains. The Intellect Devourers can just detect living creatures within 300 feet.
You know anything about elder brains? We got word that if they're big enough.
If there is an elder brain.
sorry.
No. That's in character. Him sighing.
Oh.
They're a little worse. If there is an elder brain down there, you would feel its presence within 5 miles. And over the course of the time you guys have been in the settlement, you haven't felt anything. Generally, you'll feel like you're being followed even when you're not.
Oh.
The thing about Elder Brains is, from what I know from my time when I was in the Underdark, when I was previously a dweller of the Underdark, they can overhear any telepathic conversation happening within 5 miles of it. So meta-wise, you guys would know that this whole thing would be overheard by an Elder Brain.
Yeah, that would be super bad to actually use that, and then it just knows exactly what.
And if there's an Elder Brain down there, you do not want it to form a telepathic bond with you because it can command you to do anything.
Oh boy!
Like it could be like kill yourself, and well.
Is there any way to break the bond once it's been formed?
I don't know.
No.
What is it? Are those of lower intellect more susceptible?
Well, no. Mine, the Ithalid and all that, from what I know, stupid Ithalid, stinky. They like just brains, and the more intelligent brain, the better. Has more nutrients for them in their elder brain. And to make an elder brain, you need a very powerful brain. So if they want to make a more powerful elder brain, they'll try to harvest brains from very intelligent, powerful people. Again, if there was an elder brain down there, we would sense its presence. And I don't feel like I'm being followed. Do any of you feel like you're being followed?
No more than usual.
So I doubt there's an elder brain down there.
All right. That's good. That's good. That would be.
Do you have anything that could help us?
I have a single ring of shielding. Ring of mind shielding. Again, it's the best I have. All it does is you're immune to magic that allows other creatures to read your thoughts, determine whether you're lying, know if you're good or evil, know your type. Not like your type that you prefer to date. Your creature type. And creatures can only telepathically communicate with you if you allow it. You can, with this ring, you can become invisible until you use another action to make yourself visible, until you remove the ring, or until you die. Oh, cause the ring to become invisible. My bad. You can just make the ring. You can just make the ring invisible. Now, the kicker with this ring, if you die while wearing it, your soul enters it, unless it already houses a soul. You can remain in the ring or depart for the afterlife. So as long as your soul is in the ring, you can telepathically communicate with any creature wearing it, and a wearer can't prevent this telepathic communication.
Well, before we go all buying that fancy piece of jewelry, does that one already house a soul?
You know, I'm not too sure. I bought it off a traveling merchant that came down here one time. Then the traveling merchant got crushed by a boulder flung through the winds just outside the gate, actually. So he got, I bought the ring from him. I went outside to go do some stuff, and I looked at the barrier, and as soon as he stepped up the barrier, a boulder came rushing down from the hills, from the wind, and...
Classic.
Crushed him. Yeah. So yeah.
You think he may be in there?
I don't know.
No.
He won't be in there.
Oh, okay.
But yeah. If you guys are ever in the winds, just watch out for flying boulders.
Yeah, we'll do that.
How much?
Oh, for the ring?
Yeah.
400 gold. But with your discount, that's 200.
All right.
Not a bad deal.
Well, I also would like to get at least 2 more castings or components for casting my familiar spell. So that's about 20 more gold pieces.
All right. Yeah.
Supplies.
Totally. So do you want the ring?
I do.
Oh.
Yeah, that sounds useful, yes.
Okay, 1 second. And he drifts off into the back of the shop. The tongue unfurls that blocks the back door, and he floats into the back. And as he floats away, his imp partner arrives and just goes, "Hey!"
Hi.
Howdy.
How's it going?
Hey.
Going good.
Nice.
Glump.
Yeah. Is that what I said my name was? I forget what my name is quite a lot. I say Glump, I say Clemp, I say Mump, Mimps.
Well, they're all nice names.
I remember Clump.
Clump. I think that's what it was. Clump. Yes.
Hey, on our way to the Cabal, we came across this meat merchant, an ogre with a blade in his head.
Are you talking to Clump?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, he seemed slightly hostile toward me. Did you happen to know what his name is?
Nope.
All right.
Oh, hold on, let me check. Let me check my memories.
All right.
You know what? I'll be right back. And he disappears.
Bye.
And then he's back. Okay, so he doesn't have one.
No name. Okay.
All right. Well, he is currently on my list of people to look out for. He seemed to look at me with that kind of look in your eyes when you're really hungry.
I know that look.
Yeah.
The shop kind of looks at me like that way sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which reminds me. Don't look. And you see him kind of float towards a cupboard, a wardrobe in one corner. He opens the wardrobe up and you hear someone. You see a big writhing burlap sack. And you hear someone inside going, "Let me out! I didn't mean to steal. Let me out!" He's like, just 1 second. And he just kind of like drags the burlap sack out into the middle of the floor. And the tongue of the shop goes, unfurls. It wraps around the bag and just swallows the bag.
Okay. That's pretty cool. Good defense for stealing.
Yeah, the shop eats them.
Yep. Still. Yep.
Alright. I have some commissions to go work on. And he kind of just vanishes again, and then Morphan comes back with the ring and material components, and he sets them on the counter. So, with the discount, that'll be 210 gold.
Excellent. Don't worry about this, fellas. I got it.
Oh, thank you, Milk.
Milk.
All right.
Have you ever tried Beholder milk?
No.
I didn't know beholders had milk.
What okay, we'll get into that.
One of the stocks, maybe?
It's a joke.
Oh, okay, that was pretty funny. All right, does this ring need attunement?
It does.
I
ring
had him unattuned from something.
A ring of mind shielding. So yeah, he hands you this ring, and it's a gold ring with brass kind of filigree, and at the top of the ring is a purple-looking brain carved into it.
How do you unattune from something?
You just take it off, I believe. unless it's cursed.
No, not that. Just my ring of Featherfall. I'm just gonna swap it out.
Oh yeah, I'll allow you to switch attunement real quick. Just.
All right.
Yeah. Well, I need some time. I believe we all need a little bit of time to make some final preparations. I got a couple spells that might be useful to add.
What?
And by the way, I have calculated all of that stuff, Justin, so we can just do a quick time skip if you would allow.
Totally.
If you think that's
totally
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We haven't really decided what we're doing. I mean,
what was this ring called again? Sorry.
Ring of Mind Shielding.
Mind Shielding.
It is an uncommon magic item.
Well, I believe that's something that we need to talk about. Hopefully, we can do that while I'm writing, copying stuff to my books, and sorting all that stuff out. So, I imagine we could get back to the inn and start the planning of this.
You guys want the deck of cards yet?
We're good. But if you know of anything else that might help, in this for going down in the sewers, that would be useful, or anyone else who might be able to help.
Nose plugs.
No, yeah. Well, you've been really helpful.
Is that sarcastic?
No, I mean, other than that, just generally, you've been very helpful.
You've been helpful as well. I am currently hanging my brother's carcass in the back for materials.
Nice.
Oh, which reminds me. And he kind of floats away again. And he comes back with one of the eye stalks from his brother.
Oh.
And it's been kind of skinned and stretched out and formed into a scarf.
Oh.
Any of you want this?
What?
It has no magical properties. It's just a cool scarf.
Maybe.
Hmm.
Does it look gross? Or
it looks like a wet meat scarf.
Oh.
Hey, Menchu, what do you think?
Man, I don't know.
You know what? I'll take it.
Yeah.
All right.
Might use it for later, in case it gets a little chilly around
It's
here.
really wet.
It doesn't have any kind of magical properties?
No.
He's not. Yeah, Melody isn't using it for that type of thing, and he's just gonna nod and dip it into the bag of holding.
Oh, that reminds me. Clump, can you take my brother's meat to the inn? Thank you.
All right. Well, I suppose dinner will be served shortly.
Ha! Yeah. Don't know what happens when you eat beholder meat.
We're
Never
off.
tried.
Thank you again.
Thank you for killing my clone. I mean, my brother. Thank you so much.
Mhm.
And he just kind of floats away.
Bye.
I shared too much again, Clump.
His clone.
All right.
So
Shall
now,
we?
Melody, you would have a note in your mind that Morphin knows the clone spell.
Mm-hmm. As does Melody has it in one of his books, one of the necromancy books, so that he got earlier. So he's just like, interesting. Huh. Wonder if he knew this man necromancer. And I imagine those thoughts are just bouncing around in his head as we make our way back to the inn.
And you can kind of get an idea of fighting this. If Morphin was ever like an enemy, he's got powerful. He's a spellcaster beholder, so he's got clone. What else does he have? But yeah, he floats away back to the shop. Clump follows. Clump reappears, then follows to make sure he doesn't say anything else incriminating. And you guys leave the shop.
I take it he's also an alchemist.
Maybe.
Maybe
he's multi-classing an artificer and wizard.
All right.
As you do. All right.
I love beholders. They're so fun.
So we get to the purple worm. Anything changed since we left this morning?
No. There's a customer berating Donegan at the counter for like melting his shoes.
That checks out.
What am I supposed to wear on my feet? I don't know. Just wear your socks. Wear your socks. And he kind of like pushes the customer away. The customer's a Duergar, and he goes, "Oh, welcome back, everyone. It's so good to see you."
Howdy. Do you mind if I use your brazier again?
300 gold this time. I'm kidding. Go ahead.
All right. Thanks, buddy.
2 bowls of stew, please.
All right. 2 bowls of stew. What about you? He looks at Rylie.
I'll have the same that I've been having. Just the mushrooms.
All right. Just say it's on the house tonight.
Oh, thank you.
We got no meat in, so I'm trying to get everything out.
Oh, okay.
And Menchu kind of just passes you guys. I'm just gonna go to sleep. I'm kind of tired.
Great, bye, Menchu.
And he kind of waddles up the stairs.
Have a good night.
Good night.
All right. So I'm gonna change Willie into Spider here for about the next hour and 10. But after that, I'll be just copying some spells over. Now, for planning purposes, the spells I'm copying over are a ritual called Feign Death that can make us appear dead, which could be useful for getting rid of our minds, so to speak. Another one is Fly. Thinking about getting that one in my book. And the Web spell. So that's what I'm doing. I'll have my ears open, so I'll be paying attention. But I'm gonna start putting that stuff down.
At some point, I would have, when I saw that Melody is done with the brazier. Is that how you pronounce it? The brazier. I would have gone up to him. Can I do that before he starts all his copying?
Sure.
And I do you have the spell materials for Find Familiar?
I do. I did just get 2 more castings of it, so
yeah,
that brings my total to 3.
Right. If I could borrow some, that would be really helpful.
Yeah, here you go. And so he is now down to 1 again on his Find Familiar components.
Okay.
Thank you. I can pay you back when I have money.
Don't worry about it.
Thank you.
I spent a lot of time in that Mad Mage's dungeon. I accrued a fairly decent stockpile. By the way,
good.
if I do die, please feel free to take it off my corpse.
Oh, well, hopefully that won't happen.
Will do.
These things that we're heading into, just hearing that they go after one's intellect, or those with higher intellect, it's got me all nervous. I got them butterflies. Haven't had them there for, probably 30 years. I haven't had this nervousness.
That's understandable. A scary situation.
Auggan, I'm very worried. I lost my whole last party to illithids.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's very scary. They're very scary.
Mm-hmm.
I ran. I had just lost them. That's when the Mad Mage got me. And I had just gone through that when I met Melody.
Oh, that's horrible.
I'm very worried. I'm not scared. I'm never scared. I'm very worried.
I think it's okay that we're all scared, but at least we have each other that we can rely on, and if we are, we think positively and we prepare.
I'm positive. I'm scared.
Yeah. Hey, Auggan.
Yeah.
I'm worried about you being too close to these things. I know you might not think of yourself as too reliable when it comes to, since you got your pretty axe.
Mm-hmm.
But we might try to keep things at a distance, maybe just keep them as well beyond arm's length so they can't, or at least try to avoid any sneak ups.
Yeah. My cloak should help too.
Right.
And now this ring. Oh, by the way, is there a soul in the ring?
If there is, it hasn't spoken to you yet.
Okay, I won't find out until I hear it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's see.
I'm going to do the Find Familiar.
Okay.
I don't know if I can reach. I'll find a stool.
And Melody, as he finishes the Find Familiar spell on the brazier, the smoke lifts Willie up into the air, and he very briefly turns entirely into smoke, and then the smoke disperses, and in its place is a spider that Melody catches in his palm and puts on his shoulder.
Okay.
And I'm gonna turn mine into a pseudo dragon.
Okay.
So Cobb is now.
So you guys, yes, pseudo dragon.
All right. Well, what's the plan then? I'm thinking we might be able to take advantage, maybe, of this Mind Flayer costume.
Yeah.
But
it's tricky because it'll probably be able to sense that we're not a Mind Flayer just by us being near it, I imagine.
Oh yeah, I'm just talking like we'd be staying as far away from these things as possible and having having our buddies be on the lookout for, recon for us, our familiars.
Right, yeah.
But just in case anything catches a glimpse at a distance, like playing the part might be useful.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think this is gonna fit you, Auggan.
It would not.
What's that?
Mind Flayer costume.
Oh, no, that wouldn't fit me. We thought of that before.
And Justin, just so you know, I'm using 350 of my 500 gold pieces worth of spell materials.
Okay.
What exactly are we just going down right now for just to look around to see if we can find out how they're getting in, or are we trying to find what's our main goal?
Yeah. And Desmond said that the main goal was to find out how
they're getting in.
How they're getting in, but he also said if we happen to see an elder brain, to destroy it if possible.
Yeah. I don't know if we'll be able to destroy it, and I don't know because there's so many of the Mind Flayers. I don't know if they would immediately be alarmed. I suppose.
That's the question, isn't it?
Yeah.
I can come and help.
Was that
Keith.
Keith?
Waddling down the stairs.
Hi, Keith.
Bloop, bloop, bloop. Hi.
Hi. You had a good rest?
Nope.
Oh, well,
nightmares full of screaming people on fire.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's not good.
I got some memories back. Apparently, I was around a lot of people who burned.
Well, at least you've got something positive out of it.
Yeah. You guys know anything about the Red Wizards of Thay?
Oh, not me.
I've not heard of that.
Okay.
How about Melody? Has he ever heard
Give
of
me
that?
a history check with a quite high DC.
All right.
History or Arcana? History or Arcana, your
okay.
choice.
All right. Probably Arcana.
Go for it.
Yeah, no, that's probably not going to do it. That's an 18.
18?
Yeah.
We'll say brief knowledge, minor knowledge.
Okay.
You would know the Red Wizards, formerly known as the Red Wizards of Thay, are an organization of wizards in Faerun. That is the world you are all from. They're a cult of nefarious and wizards of a ruling class of inhospitable that are very. They are the ruling class of the inhospitable, well-inhabited country of Thay. They are slavers, demonologists, and magical experimenters, and they are feared by a lot of Faerun that have at least heard of them. And yeah, they align themselves with various demons and devils.
So you said they're slavers, demonologists, and I didn't get that third one.
Magical experimenters.
Okay.
They are an evil cult of wizards.
So they've been around a long time if Keith remembers them. Of course, who knows how time runs?
Yeah, so I got those memories. So that was fun.
Are you one of them?
I don't know.
Oh.
So you just remember that they have something to do with your past? And
Yeah,
that's all?
and a lot of innocent people burned alive.
Oh, well, that's not good at all.
I think. I hope I'm not responsible.
Oh, I sure hope not.
That'd be bad.
Yeah, buddy. But, you're a new man, so to speak.
Yeah, I'm a new lump. So, where are we going?
Well, we talked to the people at the Cabal, and they want us to check out the sewers and try to figure out how the Mind Flayers are getting in.
Oh, okay, let's go.
Well, we're sort of talking about it before we want to make sure we're have the best plan.
We kill them all. No, I don't know.
What were we saying before? Don't remember anymore.
I'm sorry.
No.
No, not at all.
No problems. Mm-hmm. Let's get rid of that. You see Melody just like scratching stuff off in his book.
Oh.
Maybe we should talk to a local about where the best place to enter the sewers would be? Or should we just pick a random one?
We did see the spot. We did see a spot where one of them went into. Now,
That's true.
that could mean that is a more high traffic area, which means we should avoid that spot. Or we can take it as one of the viable routes to get to them. Because, I mean, I imagine we could enter any one of these sewers and it might go nowhere.
Yeah, that's true. You could send Willie down probably through the sewer before we actually physically go down, just to see if it's like very high traffic.
Oh, for sure. That actually sounds like a really great idea. I'll just have him walk on the ceiling, scope out. Actually, Willie, go ahead and do a round of that if you could. And just come back once you complete that.
So you're sending Willie off to the sewer that you saw the Mind Flayer go down?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so Willie, off your shoulder, scurries over. He scurries over to him. He scurries over to a window and out the window.
Cool.
Bye.
And are you looking through him?
He just wiggles a little. Not quite yet. Okay. He's gonna let him give him some travel time first.
Okay.
And while he's doing that, so here's an idea. So if you know what? Yeah. So here's the thing. If I dress up as a Mind Flayer and I pretend that Auggan is my slave, and then we kind of drag Rylie and Menchu, and maybe Keith as well. We might be able to hide Keith. You're a short in stature fella.
I can also make myself invisible.
And
he's like, and then you guys would remember that being invisible wouldn't exactly work because it detects sentience. But Keith's like, I can just go invisible.
Right. By the way, you keep an eye out too, because since you're a spellcaster, they might go after your brain meats.
I'd like to see them try.
Right.
What brain meats?
Right.
I'm insane.
That's the way to think. Yeah. So here's the plan. We get Auggan. You might need to, in order to really sell it, we might need to buy some shackles off of the blacksmith from the sharpened hall.
Could do that pretty easily.
Yes.
So perhaps we can have some of us shackled, and I'm dressed as a Mind Flayer, pretending that you're my thralls. Those that it might be safe to put some of you down, as in like momentarily with the feigned death, so that your brain activity isn't fully discovered.
Mm-hmm.
So you'd be out at least until I can touch you. So, I mean, with that in mind,
an emergency?
What do you feel?
Melody.
Yep.
Oh, sorry. You go ahead.
I was. At what point would we be doing the feigned death? Is that like an emergency situation if they arrive, or?
No, we'd be walking around like that.
Well, how would we?
Just in case we're surprised.
How does feigned death work? Would we be literally as if we were dead, like not able to? So how would we would just be out of commission?
We'd be dragging you
literally dragging.
Be,
okay.
Yeah, we'd be dragging you like you're gonna be offerings to experiments.
Melody.
That might work.
Yeah.
Do you have the disguise self spell?
I do not. I do have this pretty costume though.
I was going to cast Disguise Self on myself to make myself look like a Mind Flayer.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Ooh, there we go. That won't affect the mind, will it?
Well, they'd still know it. They'd probably know I wasn't a real one if they got close enough.
They would know Melody, too.
Yes.
Yeah, but we're not aiming to get close to these things.
Oh.
And these things suck your brains out. We're definitely keeping as far away from them as possible.
If all else fails, I will summon a greater demon.
Yeah, you know that.
It'd be a good distraction while we.
Oh, by the way,
we head
have you happen to get some blood off of someone lately? For that?
Maybe.
Well, if you
And he holds up a vial of blood.
Oh, okay.
People sleep really heavy in this tavern.
Yeah.
Melody, how many vials do you have?
I have one.
He tosses you 3 more.
I did not prepare that spell, so no worries.
He takes them back.
That's why I was going to gift this extra one to you. And both Auggan and Rylie might remember that before resurrecting Menchu, Melody siphoned enough blood from him for this spell.
Oh.
That brings me to 9 vials.
There you go.
I also use blood for my magic, so this is wonderful.
Yeah. Hey, whenever you do that, I sometimes neglect to, but since you got 9, when you cast it, try to make a big circle so we can all fit in there.
We'll see what happens. I have short arms.
This is very true. We will see what happens.
But I could disguise myself as something bigger, and then... Trace!
All right. Well.
Auggan, give me a perception check, please.
7.
Never mind.
No problem.
At this point,
Did
Melody...
you siphon more blood off of Auggan?
Oh, sorry, I was wrong.
Pokemon.
That was 3.
Yeah, no. No, no one knows. No, he does not poke Auggan and go, Melody, but you get the idea that probably Willie is probably at the place you need him to be.
Ah, thank you. Time-wise.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, fellas. Here we go. I'm gonna check in on Willie and follow him for a bit. I'll, don't worry about it. And his eyes roll back into his head, and you see, how the smoke comes out of the pipe. It seems to, when he breathes it in, it seems to go in through his nose and then swirl around in his eyes.
So, Willie is currently on the wall of a building in this alleyway, looking down at the sewer grate.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a figure, looks very much like a Mind Flayer, looking around, opening the sewer grate, and on their back is a burlap sack, and you see 2 green ears pointing out of it. Very familiar green ears. And then the Mind Flayer climbs down into the sewer and closes the grate.
Wait. Oh, dang. Hold on. And you see, you see him come to, and Melody rushes upstairs to where Menchu was.
All right, you guys had a shared room, correct?
Yeah.
Door is closed. You open the door.
Fumbling with the keys.
Yeah, you open it. The window is wide open, and Menchu is nowhere in sight.
Melody dropped the keys while he was doing that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going up because something's obviously wrong.
Okay.
Keep following.
Keith waddles.
Yes.
And you guys all get to the door, and you see the window's wide open. There is no Menchu.
Damn brain suckers took Menchu.
They took Menchu?
Yeah.
Why would they do that?
We gotta go now.
Oh, okay. All right, I grab my things as quickly as I can.
Okay.
Guess we're heading out.
You guys make your way. Where are you guys going?
I'm gonna just follow Melody. So.
Okay.
Alley.
Yeah, Melody's moving.
Okay. You guys race towards the sewer grate. Where are you going to the exact sewer grate where the Illithid went down with Menchu?
Yeah.
All right, you get there.
Melody.
Takes about 15 minutes. And you're there.
Yeah, Melody's gonna scope the place out, pull the goggles down.
Yeah, nothing in sight.
Good.
You see Willie up on the wall.
Auggan's gonna lift the grate.
You lift the grate. You do it silently. It's not a loud grate whatsoever.
Yeah. Melody's gonna snap Willie.
Okay.
Make him gone for the time being.
All right, and you see a ladder going down into dim light.
Dim. Okay. Down. Auggan climbs down.
All right. A dank smell rises up from the sewer and fills your nostrils. This is it. Your descent into madness. You make your way down the ladder. It is slick with slime, and as you reach the bottom, the floor of the sewer is coated in waste. It's not deep or anything, it's just slick with waste. And lanterns hang from the ceiling and are spaced out about 60 feet apart and emit a very dim light. The tunnel is about 150 feet long, 10 feet wide, and 8 feet tall.
This high over my head.
Yes. And immediately behind you is a solid wall. And after 150 feet forward, the tunnel slopes downwards.
So, Justin,
Mm-hmm.
based on the time that has transpired,
Totally.
I imagine I know we didn't roleplay it, but have we gotten a long rest since that Beholder battle?
Yes.
Okay.
Have we gotten a short rest?
You've gotten a long rest.
No, but since doing Find Familiar.
No.
Okay. Okay, so I'm down one spell. Okay. All right.
Thank you, Justin.
Mm-hmm.
So they were about 15 minutes ahead of us, so I probably
Roughly.
wouldn't see him down that 100.
You do not see anything. You do see weird footsteps in the mud.
Okay.
And Auggan, you recognize those footsteps as Illithid footprints.
Yeah. They went that way, guys.
All right, give me a moment.
As soon as you guys get down here, Keith touches himself, not dirty, and casts Disguise Self, and takes on the appearance. Oh yeah, that doesn't cost a spell slot. Cool. He uses Disguise Self, and instead of taking an appearance of an Illithid like he wanted to, he's going to be a little more careful. And you see him sprout up a bit. He's about maybe 5 feet tall now, and red skin, 2 big black curled horns like a ram sheep, and red robes. He's like, all right.
Oh.
This is what I saw. I saw one of these in my vision, so I figured, why not?
Auggan's going to use an action and make his ring of mind shielding invisible.
All right, your ring disappears on your finger.
Do you want to do the feigned death at all, Melody, or what?
Well, it's a ritual, and that would take
Okay,
time
so-
that we do not have anymore. So,
Can I just throw Rylie over my shoulder like a sack of potatoes and we be carrying her?
Yeah, play dead. Or play shackled. We didn't have time to get this stuff underway, but
okay. Does someone have a rope they can rope me maybe?
Is
That's a good idea. Let's do it.
All right, Keith walks over. He's like, "Oh, I don't have anything."
I got chain too. I got 10 feet of chain.
So we're just pretending I'm a slave. Okay.
No. I do have at least one pair of manacles.
Oh.
Okay.
That we got from the Undermountain.
All right, so we could
got
quickly.
lots of rope.
Yeah, I'll just mockingly put the manacles on, making sure not to actually lock them.
I would still be able to do manual spells and stuff, right? That are manual, or would it be too?
Yeah, I would say that as long as they're not locked, you could remove.
Okay. Yes. All right, that's fine.
Hands out of the shackle.
So you're not. Yeah.
Okay.
You guys make your way down the tunnel then?
Yes.
Yes, but
Keith is
Keith in front.
Keith in back.
Yeah. So Keith's in back. We're gonna send, or at least Melody's gonna send he's gonna send Willie as far out in front as possible to the maximum range of I believe it's 150, but let me check.
150 is what you would need to get to the end of this tunnel.
Okay, yeah, that's how. Nope, it's 100 feet.
Okay.
So the familiar is going to stay at 100 feet so that I can still communicate with it telepathically.
All right.
And that it can kind of relay things back.
So he scurries along the wall.
Yeah.
Okay, Auggan's in front with Rylie on my shoulder then, or?
Yeah. And I'm going to tell him to come back if he sees any Mind Flayers or Mind Flayer thralls or creatures or aberrations.
All right.
Or even anything that looks like our buddy here,
okay.
Keith.
Yeah. He scurries ahead, and you do not sense, and he does not come scurrying back.
Okay. And I'll just keep him as like a very long 10-foot pole, essentially.
All right.
I have Cobb in pocket dimension, by the way.
Okay.
All right, let's move.
Keith, now looking like a tiefling, is like, I'm so glad did I do it right? And he's looking at you guys. Do I still look like a lump of flesh?
No.
Is there a say? I mean, I imagine there's an inspection roll that you'd need to do.
For disguise self, I believe there is actually.
So Melody will kind of
give me an investigation check.
Okay. That is a 26.
You're a wizard. You're used to spells. You know it's a magical disguise. You get the idea that anyone who's not really well practiced in disguising and magic would not be able to see through it, but you can.
Right. Yeah. I think it'll work. And Melody kind of is just like.
He does look like a tiefling, like 100%. But you know where to look to see if there's like little hints of like magic aura.
Yeah.
And whatnot.
Irregularities. Yeah.
He's like, okay, all right. I think I'm ready.
All right. Let me see if I can. He's like putting the illithid mask on, like
all right.
Dressed.
It's a very rubbery mask.
Yeah. How is his visibility?
Not good.
So with the goggles, of night, I imagine it just takes out his periphery.
It takes out your periphery. It's like looking through a Halloween rubber mask. You can really only see like barely, like hardly in front of you.
So metagame wise, it would be like disadvantage on perception checks.
And probably attack rolls. If you're wearing it and attacking.
Ooh, that's rough.
Because it's like.
All right. Melody will probably use. Before we get into this, how long would you say it would take to pull the mask off? Bonus action or action?
Action.
Okay. Let's be safe and play it nice and slow here. Not slow really, but keep things at a distance if we can.
Yeah, you definitely get the idea the disguise will work best at a distance.
Yeah.
Because even though you're like looking up close, even though it's like you looking up close at it, like the rest of the party, you guys can tell that would not fool anybody up close.
Yeah.
Because you can see Melody's eyeballs underneath it, basically.
Luckily,
it's like a child's Halloween mask.
Melody's beard.
Yeah.
Fell away in a puff of feathers.
It did.
So you can actually put the mask on.
This Mind Flayer has quite a round tummy.
Yes.
It's been enjoying some brains.
Yeah.
So what's the party doing?
Oh, right. We don't have the order. Well, if I'm supposed to be leading you folks, but you would be my thralls, that means I would be leading from behind.
Yeah, okay.
If that's all right.
Yeah.
Yep, that's fine.
I will do everything in my power to protect you.
Okay, let's go.
Let's do it.
Oh, wait. Hold on. I should probably be a thrall too, right?
I imagine you could be a fellow, right? I mean, if you were, you could just be I don't know, do we know
Ally?
if these illithids have allies within the
Fuck it.
within the?
Let's just be safe. And he casts minor illusion and makes shackles appear around his wrists.
Okay, cool.
He's like, okay,
That's a good idea. There we go.
that way I can just go. There's nothing on me. Okay, and he joins up in the line.
All right. Whew. And we proceed forward.
All right, you guys move forward to the end of the hallway. You don't see anything. And as you do get to the end of the hallway, you see a slope going downwards, and the slope is extremely wet with just moisture and sewer waste.
Slippery.
It looks like it might be.
Auggan very carefully walks down.
Give me a dexterity saving throw as soon as you set foot on it.
I have advantage on dex. 17 plus 2, 19.
A success. You do not slip and go all 300 feet down the slope.
Slide. No.
So you're carefully shuffling down the slope.
Right.
Other than Auggan, who's the strongest person here?
If we're going by statistically numbers, you could say I'm in the 15 range.
You think that you could carry us if I made you fly?
Nope.
No? All right.
Oh, I'm so stupid. Melody, do you have Dimension Door?
I do not.
Fuck. Okay, hold on. He grabs Melody.
I do have a fly spell though, so I can just put it on myself and get it moving.
I also have spider climb.
Yeah, so do I. Fuck it. Spider climb. And he just walks down the slope. Oh wait, that's a concentration spell. Oh cool, it won't fuck up with his disguised self. He just goes
Correct.
boop. He casts spider climb on himself and easily walks down that slope.
Damn, I have spider climb. I should have grabbed it. All right. Yeah, Melody has not a very big deck, so he's not gonna risk.
I can Dimension Door you down there with me. I can climb back up.
No, I got it. And Melody's just gonna go ahead and cast fly on himself.
Okay, so you just kind of float down.
Yeah.
Okay, Rylie, how you getting down?
I'm on Auggan's shoulder.
That's
Yeah,
right.
fine.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So if Auggan fell, you both would win.
Yeah, we would have both gone flying.
She's
All right.
all down there with me.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
So you all get to the bottom of this 300-foot slope. Very good. As you guys come to the bottom of the slope, you see a door, and there's an eyeball placed into the door. You guys are about 30 feet away from the door.
Auggan stops,
Mm-hmm.
waits for Melody.
All right. Willie, give this place a once over. Let me know if you see anything.
Willie scurries over, and as Willie scurries over, give me a stealth check for Willie.
Okay.
For fun.
Yeah. That's not terribly great. That's a 9.
You see the eye on the door kind of blink and open up and look at Willie, and then close its eyelids again.
Ooh, that's actually good to know.
Good to know.
Well done, Willie. How close is Willie when that happens?
About 10 feet.
10 feet. And Willie, get back here.
Willie scurries back.
All right. Thank you. Let's see. And this is just a door with an eyeball in it.
Yep.
How big is the eyeball?
Human-sized.
Human-sized. Okay. Do we see, without getting within 10 feet, can we see any markings on the door, or like any traces of those illithid steps that might guide us to?
They go right towards the door.
A lever. Okay. Excuse me. Does the eye just look like a human eye, or is it
It looks like
or does it have a?
From this distance, it looks like somebody put a human eye just into the door.
Okay. Huh. What do you guys think?
Can I even see anything on Auggan's shoulder? No. Okay. I don't know what we're looking at.
No, the way you're like
facing forward, right?
I just kind of threw her over my shoulder.
So no, you're.
Yeah, I assume I'm like facing backwards.
You're facing backwards.
Okay.
Oh boy.
I can't really see anyways in the dark.
That's
It's only dim.
Dim light.
Yeah, it's dim light.
Not too bad.
Even in dim light though, perception checks and everything are still at disadvantage because it is still dim light. Unless you have dark vision, I believe.
Well, don't really have anything to obscure this. But
I might have an idea.
What you got?
Well, I could just sort of, I don't know. I was gonna cast invisibility on myself and then walk over and just pull it out of the door.
Somebody's probably watching through the eye. But how good would it be able to see? Like, would it be able to see well enough to see that Melody is wearing a costume? Or would it look like...
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Huh.
You know what?
We don't know.
How about we make it a little more obscured to kind of improve this type of deception. And Melody will, and this looks probably very funny, an illithid smoking a pipe, but Melody's just going to start puffing a lot and creating like smoke, not enough for like a magical effect,
Okay.
but enough to kind of like put a haze in the area of the door.
Sure.
And then he's going to try to present himself as Mind Flayerly as possible, and he's going to begin to step forward and give a look at everyone else.
Give me a performance check with advantage.
Nolly has a -2. Or make it negative.
Not a performer.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. That is -1. That's 14.
The eye does not open. It sees you like kind of briefly in like the smoke haze. It sees tentacles, and then it just closes its eyes.
Open the door, Mel.
Yeah, Melody's gonna get closer and see if it's a push or a pull.
It is a push.
Yeah, Melody's gonna try to push it.
You see another tunnel beyond the door, just like the one you had left. Same kind of lantern placement on the ceiling. It goes about 150 feet and turns to the left.
Nobody there.
Nobody there.
Auggan goes.
All right, let's go.
You guys watch as Auggan passes through the door and he disappears.
Oh, with me, with him.
Yeah,
correct?
you guys both disappear. Just
Okay.
All right, Keith, I guess that means we gotta go too. Let's do this.
So Keith and Melody also enter. As you guys pass beyond the door, you feel a weird sensation, almost as if your insides are being pulled out from behind your belly button, and you feel yourself shift through time and space, and are now standing in a circular room. Behind you, there is no door, just solid wall.
Oh, fuck.
In the middle of the room is a pool filled with a purple brine-like liquid, and nude humanoid figures without facial features are standing in the pool unmoving. There's about 4 of these figures, and they each seem to be staring off into different directions. Their skin is pale gray and stretched tightly across their skin. There is a singular door on the other side of the pool. This circular room is about 30 feet wide and 15 feet tall. Each of these figures stand about 6 feet tall.
So you were saying they look sort of like humans, but they have gray skin, but their faces are actually just
smooth.
There's nothing there.
Just
on
smooth.
Their face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gray skin stretched tightly across their skin. It's tightly across their bones, rather. Yeah, they say each about 6 feet tall, nude. One is looking north, one is looking east, one is looking west, and one is looking south.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And for anyone who's not wearing a ring of mind shielding, what would you say everyone's thoughts are when you enter the room? Melody, what would your initial thoughts be seeing these things?
Well, that's friggin' weird.
Rylie wouldn't be seeing them. She'd be on Auggan's back.
Yeah, and I'm trying really hard to remain playing dead.
All right, Keith is just like, nope, not having any of that. Keith is just like, so what do we do?
This briny, you said purple liquid?
Yeah.
Can he, is there any smells in the air? I imagine since you said brine, it was probably a little bit of salt. Salty smell?
Salty smell. Chemically.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you can pick up from it.
Okay. And how far are we away from it?
The room is about 30 feet wide, so you're about 30 feet away, because you're just... Yeah, you're like up against the wall. Oh, sorry. 15 feet. It's in the middle of the room.
Okay. All right.
How wide is this pool?
15 feet. 15. No, 10. It takes up just the middle of the room.
A 10-foot circle in the middle of a 30-foot room. So we're like 20 feet from the edge of it then.
It would be 15 feet, but yeah.
Oh, right.
It would be 15 feet. Yeah, it would be a 15-foot radius. Sorry. So all of them are standing in the pool facing different directions.
All right.
Are any of them facing directly towards us?
Yes, the one facing south.
Okay.
Then there's one facing north, which is facing towards the only door in this room. And then the other 2 are facing west and east.
Are there anything on the west and east walls?
No.
Okay. Is there anything on the walls other than the door?
Just stone. And the walls are not the same walls, the floors are not the same floors, and the ceiling is not the same ceiling as the sewer. Completely different.
Do we notice anything in the pool?
Just the liquid and the figure standing in it.
Okay. All right.
The one that's facing us, is it? Oh, it's got no face, so you can't tell if it's looking at us.
Yeah, it's just a hairless, featureless, humanoid-esque looking figure. Auggan, you would recognize the brine, though. It's a very common brine used in illithid hives and colonies. You don't exactly know the purpose of it, but you've seen it before.
This is illithid water, illithid brine.
Yep. Looks like it.
Yeah, and they're just motionless. They're just like not moving. They're not even like, you can't even see like their chests moving from breathing. It's almost as like they're completely still.
Oh, all right. Well,
should we try the door? Like, what else can we do?
Yeah, let's creep around the edge of this. I don't want to. Yeah, let's just creep around the edge.
All
See
right.
what happens.
You guys are like
Deal with
you guys are just gonna like hug the wall and just creep around.
Yeah, Melody will use his fly speed to be up in the air. How high is this room?
It is not high at all. It's about 15 feet.
He'll just be kind of flying,
Okay.
staying with the group, but pretending to levitate, so to speak.
Okay.
Like the Mind Flayer do.
Okay. You guys slink along the wall. Rylie, eventually you see these figures on Auggan's back.
Okay.
What would Riley's first thought be when she sees them?
You're probably just scared, like, oh shit.
Okay. And you guys eventually make your way to the other door.
We should have been thinking other stuff. Okay.
How do you know?
Well, Melody probably should have been wearing the ring. Oh boy. Let's do this. Okay. Let's
So
go.
you make your way to the other door. And the figures
Yeah.
do not move. They are stationary still.
Auggan tries to open the door.
It is unlocked.
Auggan opens the door.
You open it. A dark room lies before you.
Dark.
Not dark, dark. You can still see like light. A purple light.
Okay.
Do you move through the doorway?
Well, yeah. Okay, yeah. Step through the door. What do I
Okay.
see?
Well, first, what's everybody else doing?
Melody sees Auggan doing this, and he's going to tell Willie to try and scout ahead as soon as the door opens.
Okay. A dark room lies before you. The only light coming from the bubbling purple liquid in large cylindrical glass tubes, in which sit numerous humanoid creatures in some form of stasis. The figures are nude and floating in the liquid. You can make out the features of goblins, hobgoblins, dwarves, humans, elves. Basically, everything humanoid is in here.
Tubes upright or laying down?
They are upright, so they're kind of floating upright. In other smaller tubes are worm and tadpole hybrid-like creatures swimming around frantically. Strange cephalopod-like beaks easily noticeable on their undersides. In total, there are around 70 or so of these tanks with humanoids inside. Nestled in the center of this large room is a desk covered in an array of notes, vials, and liquids. There is even what looks like a human Mind Flayer hybrid embryo inside a glass jar on the desk, floating in the same liquid. Near the end of this large room is a stone staircase ascending upwards.
Other than what's in the tubes, anything alive?
No.
It's not a Mind Flayer sitting at the desk?
There's nothing. Well, you don't see anything living in here.
Right.
A lot of things in tubes. And each tank's about 10 feet by 10 feet. Or sorry, 10 feet tall, about 6 feet wide.
What do you want to do, Mil?
Well, Melody's gonna have a look. You said there was a desk?
There is a desk.
He's gonna look around for any notes.
There are notes written in Undercommon.
Man, I can't make heads or tails of this.
Let's see.
You would remember that Auggan knows Undercommon.
Yeah, Melody kind of steps aside.
All right. Auggan, do you read the notes?
Yeah.
The first note you see is the Illithid are selecting individual. Basically, you can summarize. It's about their breeding process, and the Illithid are selecting individuals from the settlement in their experiments. They do it as more opportunity more than careful selection, because they feel like humanoid lives are lesser and worth wasting on set experiments. Basically, they just don't give a shit about humanoids. Like, yeah, we'll experiment on whoever. If they succeed, it's cool. If it doesn't, whatever. The other note
Or just throwing corpses at the wall and see what sticks.
You also can summarize in these notes, all the creatures in these tubes that are floating are used for breeding purposes to get infants of other races and perform seramorphosis on them. Seramorphosis is the act of turning humanoids into, well, turning creatures into Mind Flayers or Illithid-esque. Or splice the humanoid cells with illicit cells during pregnancy.
So Auggan just tells Melody all this.
Yes, basically summarizing that they take pregnant humanoids and they splice the embryo with illithid cells while pregnant, and they are trying to crossbreed humans with illithid, and they're just keeping people in here for seramorphosis purposes, essentially turning people into illithid.
Let's take those with us.
The notes.
Yeah.
And the notes also mention the embryo on the desk in the jar was a human and Mind Flayer hybrid that died as an infant, and they're just keeping it as more of a decoration than anything. Just to sort of, look at.
Yeah, Melody's gonna grab it, put it in the bag of holding.
As you touch it, its eyes open up a little bit.
Fuck.
And it just...
Auggan steps back.
And it just goes, its eyes just open up for a little bit. They flutter, and then they close.
In the bag.
All right.
You have a fetus in the bag now.
Yeah, it's more. I don't know why I said embryo. It's a fetus. Yeah.
Yeah.
So do we feel like we're being followed?
You do. You didn't feel... Okay, so up until before you passed through that door, you did not. Mm-hmm. And as soon as you pass through that door, it now feels like you're being followed, but there's nobody around.
Shit, I gotta guard my thoughts then.
With that, Melody, give me... Actually...
10 dumber. 10 dumber Mind Flayer.
Let me think here. Never mind.
Mind Flayery thoughts. Shit.
So what would these Mind Flayery thoughts be?
It would be stuff like when looking at all of the corpses and stuff, Melody will try to guide his thoughts to his more academic inclinations and try to force those to the forefront as opposed to his humanity that he tries to maintain when he spends long times out in the forest. So because he like bounces between being hermitist and with forest creatures, as well as like mixing in his arcane knowledge and study.
Okay.
So right now he's switching modes to be try to view things in a completely academic fashion.
Okay. As your thoughts go from somewhat, they go a little bit more, we'll say, darker. You do sense like that something is behind you in that moment. And you turn around, and those four figures, because the door was not closed, those four figures seem to have moved a little bit. And when you turn to look at them, they're all frozen in the state they're moving. They're all kind of clambering over each other, trying to get out the door. And then they see you, and they just kind of all slither back and go back to their standing upright positions, all facing the same directions.
Auggan's gonna turn around and close the door.
Turn around and close the door. Man.
I have a feeling we may have been noticed.
Just play along. I think we may have. We'll play it out. We need to find Menchu.
Keys like that was weird.
Yeah, that was quite terrifying. Didn't even hear the sons of bitches.
Next door?
It's just a staircase going upwards.
All right.
We
gotta get Menchu.
Do you go up the stairs?
Melody's heart is just going.
I am trying so hard to not like be like looking around like ah. I'm like trying to be as dead as possible.
You don't want to look around. All right, so you make your way up the stairs, you guys.
That was the we pretty much did a full search of the desk,
Mm-hmm.
and then grabbed a few things for proof, as well as further dissemination at a later date. Yep. Moving on.
All right.
Willie up ahead.
All right. Climbing the stairs. As you guys climb the stairs, Willie ahead a little bit. You hear screaming, and then pure, eerie silence. And as you guys get to the top of the stairs, you see 3 hallways. Above each hallway is a word carved into the stone in undercommon. In the middle of this landing is a spiral staircase ascending upward. Auggan, you would read, the leftmost hallway leads to the laboratory, the center hallway leads to the inner hive, and the rightmost hallway is the disposal room. Does not say anything about where the spiral staircase leads.
How far away did the scream sound?
You can't tell.
Like a few rooms away?
You can't tell.
Not at all.
Like echoing.
Upon getting to these doors, Melody is gonna...
Oh, there's no doors. It's all pure hallways.
Yeah, upon getting to these hallways, Melody is going to cast message to Menchu and ask...
The spell fails.
Do you know where... Oh, fuck. Okay. It's not sending. It's the cantrip message, just to be clear.
Oh, yeah. So you get the idea. It's not... You get like a kind of like a... If the sending spell doesn't send to somebody, you kind of get... We'll say you get kind of like a... There's like a little bit of feedback, so it just doesn't work.
I don't know, mechanically how this works, but I'm just gonna throw it out there. Message is transmutation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. All right. Shit. Did it sound like Menchu?
It did not. It sounded like a human man, maybe.
Couldn't tell which hallway.
You just couldn't tell because it was echoing.
Yeah.
Laboratory.
If they just got Menchu, you think it'll be laboratory?
Probably not disposing of him yet.
Yeah, unless he puts up a fight, which he might do. Damn it.
What was the other door? Lab.
So the hallways, the middle is the inner hive.
Hive, right. That's it.
And I assume you say these out loud to the party.
Yeah.
Okay. Keith's just like, I don't like... We're being followed, but we're not. I don't like it.
Yeah, me neither. You know what? To put ourselves at ease, Rylie...
Well, actually, would I even feel that? With the ring?
Yes, because it's more of a detect thoughts thing.
Okay. All right, cool. Sorry, Mel. Go ahead.
Rylie, could you, just to put our minds at ease, have Cobb watch our backs?
Yeah.
And excellent.
I have Cobb. Where would you like her? Just following behind us, or just sitting on my head and looking behind us, or?
Oh, that sounds adorable. That sounds like
okay, I'll do that. So I just have a little tiny dragon just sitting on, I guess, my back or whatever its highest.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm hoping that perhaps we'll have the dragon like trying to hide in her hair.
Yeah,
probably.
There's somewhere. Yeah, somewhere.
Yeah, hiding in your hair. Don't need a roll still check.
Okay.
So yeah.
And every once in a while, I'll just check to make sure there's nothing behind us.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think you might be onto something, Auggan. I think the lab might be the best bet. Unless they're putting him in the brains too.
Let's check out the labs.
Yeah, all right.
So you guys are going towards the labs?
Melody will Melody will send Willie ahead. 100 feet.
Willie goes about 50 feet down the corridor and ends abruptly at a singular door.
Okay.
And perceiving through Willie, you can hear static electricity coming from behind the door.
Right, take a couple steps. Hello, Willie.
Yep.
He'll dimension Willie out of there.
Okay.
This thing may be trapped, though it could just be the sounds of the laboratory. I feel maybe we should check the door.
What's the door look like?
It's a wooden door.
Doorknob?
Doorknob.
Are there any creases or areas where Willie might be able to squeeze through since he's a tiny creature?
Yes.
Okay. Where? Like kind of like between the two doors?
Bottom.
Or like at one of the...
At the bottom. It's a singular door.
Right.
So.
All right. Melody will give a quick inspection of the door beforehand.
Investigation check.
Okay. That is a 21.
You can hear a very, very faint, sort of clicking mechanism behind the doorknob.
Doorknob.
Like on the other side of the door.
All right. So it's on the doorknob.
Auggan's reaching for the doorknob. You better...
Nope. Don't hold up
okay.
there, Auggan.
Auggan pulls his hand back.
All right. You give me just a moment here, buddy. And Melody will take full control of Willie and have, proceeding carefully, try to pass under the door and
Passes under the door.
Look up at the doorknob.
It looks like there are kind of gears up in the ceiling and a very complicated set of wires curling down the backside of the door and going in through the doorknob.
So it looks kind of electrical. There's like a hum.
Not from this. The hum is coming from something else in the room.
Oh, okay. But this thing has like cogs and stuff associated
It's
with
gears. It. You can hear like a faint, like a whirring of gears.
I'll have Willie walk up to where those gears are and see if there's any point or to see how exactly you say the wires are connected to the handle and the gears are just there. So does it look like when the knob or lever, whatever the mechanism is, when it's ever activated, that the wires turn the gears up above?
It does, yeah.
Okay. Can I see what the gears are connected to?
No.
Okay. All right.
They're nestled into this like a crook on the ceiling between the ceiling and the door, but you can't see what they're connected to.
And the gears are no longer moving.
They are currently not moving.
Okay. Can I send Willie into the gears, like to just kind of walk around and see what's in there? Okay. Do I learn any new info?
He goes into the gears and he sees a very, very large pot, like a cauldron, that is suspended, kind of sitting above the entryway of the door going into the room.
All right.
Hidden, and there's a ceiling tile underneath the cauldron.
All right. I have an idea to take care of this trap here, but I'm going to have Willie look through the rest of the room first before we breach and clear this thing.
Alright, Really looks through the rest of the room. Looks like a laboratory more based on experimenting on humanoids. There is currently a dead humanoid, about a human male, lying on the table, chest cracked open, organs pulled out, and sitting on somewhere else. And there are weird, fleshy eggs in his chest cavity, about 3 of them.
If he takes Willie closer, can he analyze those through Willie?
They look like fleshy eggs. You have really no idea what they are.
Okay. So they're more like they're like muscle-toned eggs?
They're muscle
like...
textured eggs, yeah.
Okay, cool. Gross. No sign of Menchu, though.
No sign of Menchu. And then
Is
looking
there
around, you
another-
see other dead humanoids. One is kind of on this wall, turned into a sort of curtain of sorts. Their skin has just kind of been pinned up to the wall, kind of drying out. There is... Make Willie... Or no, yeah, give me a perception check for Willie.
Okay. Now, I'm gonna let you decide, but since I'm looking through his eyes, is it my perception check or his perception check using his 30, stuff?
It'd be yours. It'd be yours because you're looking through Willie.
Okay. All right. That is 14.
You don't see anything else of import.
Okay. All right. No sign of Menchu. We might need to pull back from this and check the other rooms.
You would also see... Sorry. Willie would also see an open hallway, no doors, right beside the skin curtain.
Oh. Sorry, fellas. It looks like there's another thing I might be able to send Willie to scout out, see if this is worth the trouble of perhaps alerting them. And he's gonna send Willie down there.
Okay. Willie goes about 30 feet. Right now, he's about 50 feet away from you at this point. And Willie goes forward and he sees some steps going down. At the bottom of the steps is an open kind of room. And there are figures laying face down in more of that purple liquid. And they look like adventurers. They're wearing like armor and adventuring gear, and they're lying face down in this briny liquid.
All right,
and there's hundreds of them in that pool.
Okay, how far away is Willie now?
Still the same. He's looking down a set of he's looking down a set of stairs.
All right. Explore that room. Come back. Come back if you don't find anything in like 2 minutes.
Okay.
And Melody's gonna be like, okay. After 2 minutes, I'm gonna snap him, and then I'm gonna more specifically tell him if he doesn't find Menchu to come back.
Okay. There are 100 bodies. There are hundreds of bodies in there.
Okay.
So it's a toss up. So.
Okay. All right. That's fair.
He comes back after 2 minutes.
But from what Melody could see, oh wait, I told him to come back if he finds Menchu. Correct?
Oh, yes. Sorry. He does not.
Okay.
Or at least he couldn't.
All right. Not within that time.
Yeah.
When I looked through his eyes, all of them looked dead, correct?
Floating face down. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So if he's there, then he's likely dead, and we should check the other area. All right. So I went about as far as I could. This might not be the best place to look through. I do have an idea. I feel like I might be able to use a ray of frost to freeze the wires on the other side of this door. But outside of that, I don't think we have a means to disable this one.
Keith is going to re-up on Disguise Self.
Okay. If that's the case,
Oh, wait, hold
that
on.
means we're getting pretty close to
He cannot.
Melody's fly running out, correct?
Yes.
Okay. How much time would you say Melody has left on that?
10 minutes.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, he can't re-up on Disguise Self.
Okay.
He's like, damn it.
All right. Just keep them. Oh, right. Damn. Well, if you can't do it, Melody's gonna go ahead and take the Mind Flayer hat off. Looks like this is how it's gonna be.
I can make someone invisible, but then I'm out of spells. If that helps.
If we're dealing with Mind Flayers, invisibility, unfortunately, won't help that well.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Sorry.
So, although it looks very interesting on the other side of this door, we should probably check to see if this other area has Menchu.
What's that, Rylie?
Should we bother with the playing dead still? Or
No,
is that
okay?
Yeah.
I think
you can put me down.
Yeah, okay, here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I'll just keep Cobb sort of as hidden as, like, I don't know how big they are, but I'll try to keep him sort of on my shoulder, kind of hidden.
Okay.
You know what? It might be a good idea to actually scope out the disposal as like a possible escape route.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay,
That's actually a good idea.
Let's look through that first before proceeding further, I think. Make sure it's clear.
I agree.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So you guys...
So I'll lead the way back, past the hive room over to the disposal.
You get to the door of the disposal room. You go down the corridor. You don't hear anything. No whirring of as you all went down the hallway, you would have heard the static electricity. For the lab, this one you don't hear anything.
All right.
And there is a singular door again.
I'm gonna do the same and have Willie pop through.
Willie sees a swirling black void in the middle of the floor, like a kind of well. It's about 50 feet in diameter, and it's a swirling black void.
He'll have Willie look up at the door to see if it's trapped.
It is not.
Okay. Melody will break that and be like, all right, I think we can go through the door safely, but watch your step.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Would you open the door? All right. And there is no room. There is a walkway that's about 15 feet wide that goes out above this swirling black void. And you get the idea that bodies are tossed into the swirling void-like vortex.
Well, I don't like it, but oh boy.
Keith's like, well, I don't know where the bodies go.
Willie, you're spectacular.
Well, maybe
we might send you through that.
Wait, no, if you do that, we should maybe do Cobb instead, because Willie's probably more useful as a spider than a dragon.
Dragon's pretty useful.
I could go through.
Jeez.
And
how would you
it's like a huge sacrifice.
I mean, I have spells. I can contact you if it sends me somewhere else.
But what if it just destroys you? That's...
Yeah, buddy.
That's fine.
I don't have talking. Oh, sorry.
That's fine.
No.
Who knows what happens, right?
I just think it's...
No.
I think it's safer to send a familiar. And which one do you think, Melody?
If a familiar gets sent somewhere else, say they send them somewhere else, or would you still be able to perceive through said familiar if it's sent somewhere else?
I think
what happened last time was immediately when Willie went through one of those portals, you said that I could see what they were seeing, but there was immediately fire.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how you want to rule it now.
So for Mad Mage,
yeah,
you're still in the same place. You're still in Under Mountain. Yeah.
Cool.
So it's I guess the problem is we wouldn't be able to see far enough.
And
who knows? This could dump us out into the river Styx, and we'd all be feeble-minded.
or just instantly disintegrated.
Right.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Well, this is the last resort.
Willie approaches the edge, and he looks down.
Okay.
Well, if it disintegrates, we'll see that, right? It'll just... right?
Yeah, hold on. I've got this thing.
He really wants to jump in.
Well, no, I was going to drop something in it.
Oh,
okay,
I see.
yeah. Go ahead.
He's like, I found a bunch of stuff in the tavern. I stole a torch, figured it might be useful. And he just tosses it in the vortex. And it just hits the middle of the vortex and just gets sucked down and disappears.
Alright, that's good.
So it didn't disintegrate.
Yeah. All right.
But we didn't see what happened to it either, so it could have gone straight to a fire or something.
We should probably take this as a last resort if we don't see any other exits.
I don't see the point of making a huge vortex like this if it's only going to send it into a fire anyway. Why not just have a fire?
You know what I mean? It could be to a different plane. It could be some awful thing.
That's true. Hey, if it is another plane...
I mean, yeah,
at least we can be out of pandemonium.
Well, there you go.
It doesn't get much worse than this.
There you go.
All right. I guess this is our escape route.
This
last
is
resort if we don't find another one.
Yeah, because the door disappeared that we came through.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh fuck! You guys said you were coming here to find out how the Mind Flayers are getting in, right?
Yeah.
What if it's this?
It might be this.
But it's called disposal. So I don't know.
But if someone from the inside maybe found a way to...
They all think of each other as trash.
Well, we are here for your friend.
Yes.
So we can shelve this for now.
Yeah.
And as he's talking, he turns back into a lump of flesh. Well.
There it is.
It was nice while it lasted.
All right. From this point on, it's... shoot first, ask questions later, preferably at a distance.
Sounds good. Oh my god. Alright, so where do we go?
There's only one door left. Do we want to go into the hive?
Or up the stairs. There was a spiral staircase in the middle of that landing.
Try the stairs.
Oh, in which room was there a spiral
staircase? That had 3 hallways. There was also a spiral staircase going up.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's scope that out.
Okay.
Stone or steel or
stone.
What kind of spiral?
Stone. Same material as the floor. So you guys leave the disposal room, and you find the staircase. It's literally right outside the door. The staircase.
Should we send Willie up?
Yeah. Yep.
Can we see up it? How far up can we see?
You can't see far up.
Okay.
Because the stairs kind of meld into the ceiling after a certain point, and the ceiling blocks off all sight. But yeah, Willie scurries up. He gets about 50 feet up, and he is inside a large room full of magical artifacts and equipment and books. Almost, it's as if it's a sort of makeshift museum. Just a collection of items.
Yeah, Melody sees that and it's just like...
and
jackpot. We're looking for Menchu, but jackpot.
there is a figure roaming around up there, kind of cataloging things and touching them, and it is a Mind Flayer. A single one. From Willie, it's about 100 feet. Just looking at things in glass cases and kind of touching them and playing with them.
Alright, guys. Looks like there's some good stuff up there. But there is a Mind Flayer. If we do attack, it will need to be decisive. We'll need to surprise it and take it down very quickly.
It is also holding in its hand, like it's playing with one of these artifacts, kind of like not touching it, but kind of like hovering it in its hands, and it is just a pure black sphere.
Do you think though we should get involved with it this close to the hive.
Damn.
What choices do we have?
Well, we could focus on finding Menchu first, and if we successfully find him, then we can cause a ruckus, take some risks. I don't want to take any risks before we find Menchu, though, because this whole place could come down on us, and then we'd have to leave Menchu behind.
Yeah.
And Melody will kind of get back through to Willie and look real hard at that orb. Does he know what that is?
No.
Okay.
And it's holding this orb, like kind of hovering it in its hand, and it reaches into its side, and it holds up a little hand, like a humanoid hand, and just kind of touches the humanoid hand against the sphere, and the hand just disintegrates.
Yeah, that's not anything to mess with. Yep. Nope. We're going back down, fellas. Sorry.
Did the Mind Flayer you see? Because you saw the one that took Menchu, right?
Yeah.
Did you get any kind of anything that would be able to tell them apart?
Man, then some of the bitches all look the same, but
I
maybe.
mean-
No, they all look the same.
Did that one look like the one?
It did, because they all look pretty similar.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I suppose we better go back down, see if we can't get Menchu before.
Oh,
Seeing
okay.
if we can't fight that thing. That thing looks like it's messing with some pretty powerful stuff.
What reason would they have to take Menchu? They wouldn't bring him here just to dispose of him.
They probably want to do an experiment or something.
Well, that would have to be the room with the lab then, right?
Yeah, that would make
sense. The trap door. Why would they take him into their hive? Probably not.
I don't.
Well, that is a very good question. I mean, the thing that I'm worried about is that they're using him
to bait us.
They're using him to.
I hadn't even thought of that.
Because why else would it be him?
Yeah.
Like, that's an awful coincidence.
They might be using him to add to the building of a potential
gremlin elephant. Goblin.
Gremlin?
Not a gremlin, sorry, no. Goblin elephant.
But,
so you think...
I'm just I'm worried we're already too late and he's already been scooped out and put into some
know until we find
concoction for an elder brain. Yeah, but if there is an elder brain, it would be in the hive. So that would... This is rough. We gotta make some tough decisions here.
We could send Willie in just to see what the hive, what's waiting for us. But I don't know if they'll be able to... I guess they said... I think our friend said that they don't really care about animals, right? So...
Yeah.
Could try.
Meanwhile,
he said... He did say that they'll do experiments on any living creature to see what they can make with Ceramorphosis. And that's also what the notes that Auggan found would have said too. Is that kind of Ceramorphosis, that they can turn anything into a Illithid-esque creature. And Auggan, if you flip through the notes more, you would see other creatures, what happens to them when they're subjected to Ceramorphosis. There's a picture of a beholder that's been subjected to Ceramorphosis and turned into an Illithid-esque beholder.
God.
There's pictures of animals that get kidnapped and turned. There are pictures of those little, because these little, they're not like pictures taken with the camera, obviously. They're like pictures that are like sketched out, and you do see pictures of those things you saw in the entryway, the the featureless gray creatures. And right beside them it says lamprey.
Oh boy.
And it says in text, like little notes beside them, in Undercommon, move when unobserved. And only target creatures with hostile thoughts towards them or the colony.
range.
During this, Melody is ritually casting alarm so that he'll know if the guy up above comes down
Okay. Okay.
stairway.
Okay. So you're like putting it on the staircase?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. While that's happening, Keith is also going to do a little ritual then. You watch as he takes one of his claws and he just cuts open a vein real quick. And he takes the blood and he takes 3d6 slashing damage for that.
3d6, holy crap.
That's a lot.
Rough.
And he paints a circle. He's drawing a large circle on the ground about 10 feet in diameter.
Oh, that's a lot of blood.
He's like, don't worry, this will disappear after I use it.
All right.
What are you doing?
And he paints it, and he stands inside the circle, and closes his eyes, and... Oops, sorry, where is what I need? Cool.
Oh God, what is he doing?
A little imp appears on his shoulder.
You got one too?
Yep.
Cool.
All right.
Basically, I can do that and summon... It randomly summons devils and demons from the hells. They can go bad, it can go bad, I can go good. Sometimes it can summon ones from my memory banks. It can summon ones that are hostile and just attack us.
Can you see through its eyes like we can with...
Nope.
No? Okay.
Just an
So
ally.
it's just here to help us?
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
And then the circle disappears.
All right. So, what do you think? Head back to the laboratory.
Yeah.
Dig a bit deeper. See if we can't find Menchu.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds good. All right.
Has Melody described to us the trap that he found on the
I'd
door?
assume so.
But what if I just go up and like kick the door open and back away fast?
Still might make a hell of a racket. I did see some cogs and gears and stuff.
Did it look like the big cauldron or vat or whatever was up there would just spill on whoever came through the door? Like what was...
You didn't see the trap. It's concealed in the ceiling by by what looks like a ceiling tile on the side of the door where it is open from your side.
All right.
Okay.
Do any of y'all have a little dagger?
Yeah, here.
Can it fit under the door?
The blade probably can.
Damn. Okay. Trying to figure out if it looks like it's possible for a mage hand to like just, and if it looks like a good idea to cut the wires so that they don't...
It does not look like a good idea to cut the wires.
Okay. All right.
He's just like, I can just dimension door us behind the door.
Well, buddy, if you got them spell slots, who'd be best to put behind the door to disarm this thing?
I don't know.
How big is Keith again? Is he like a human sort of size?
If he's smaller than me, he can only take someone his size.
He's technically a medium creature because he's about 4 feet tall.
All right. So that could only do one person. Is that the idea? Dimension door?
Yep.
Okay.
I might be able to just do a rare frost at the gears to just lock them up.
So bring it to the other side so you can hit the gears.
Yeah.
All right. And he touches your leg. Is this what we're doing?
Yeah, let's do it.
Dimension door. Poof. You both appear on the other side of the door.
We gotta get Menchu. And he's gonna do a rare frost with the gears.
Do an attack roll with that.
Auggan kind of puts his arm out to Rylie and backs away from the door. Like
Yeah, you both back. You both
10
back
feet
away.
away.
Yep.
That's a 14.
14. It freezes the gears.
All right. Melody's gonna like run his fingers along the little things.
Yeah.
The little wires.
Yeah.
And he's gonna look for somewhere to tie them off to. Other than the door handle, or look for the means with which they disarm the trap.
Yeah, there's got to be a switch or something to turn the trap off. Sorry, I'm not there.
You get the idea. This trap is designed to not be It's designed not to be shut off. So once someone's gone through the door and then activates it, only the person on the other side of the door can deactivate it by essentially destroying said trap. So you get the idea. They don't want anyone coming in here. Even other illithid. They don't want other illithid coming in here.
So, would I be able to logic out that Menchu probably isn't here because of that?
No.
Okay.
He could be in here.
All right. Shit. All right. Yep. Let's do this. And Melody's gonna open the door now that the things are locked.
Okay. You open the door.
Yeah.
The wires snap. The gears go to turn a little bit. And you hear like a whirring, like as the gears try to complete the mechanism.
Let's go.
And as do Auggan and Rylie run through the door.
Yeah.
As soon as you guys get through the other side of the door, the ice breaks, but the trap does not fully go, and you can kind of see acid dripping out of the compartment where it is held. So it's spilled up there, but it didn't release the ceiling tile, so it didn't drop on anybody. So the acid is just spilling up inside the ceiling, melting the gears and the components. And
does it look like I could get a vial real quick, or no?
It would probably melt the vial. The acid's like hitting the ground and it's melting the stone.
Okay.
It's highly corrosive. For statistics, if the trap got activated, just so you know how potent this acid is, 6d10.
Boy. All right. Cool. Let's see what we got here.
Yeah,
stay on alert. Everyone.
You see tons of lab equipment. You see the human male splayed out on the table, chest cavity split open, those fleshy eggs inside him. There are 3 of these kind of largish eggs just stuffed into his chest cavity, almost as if they're being incubated. It looks like inside the body.
Other tongs nearby?
There are not.
I don't suppose they look like similar to any sort of egg of any kind of natural creature, like spider.
No, they're fleshy. They look like flesh. And you all would see down the stairs, leading downwards, hundreds upon hundreds of bodies floating face down in a pool. As you guys all walk around the room, I need everyone to give me either perception or investigation checks.
My passive investigation is 19. You want to do the active?
Passive investigation. Never mind. You see a cage, kind of the sort of hints of a cage underneath this surgical table where the body is, because there's a cloth draping over the table. And you can kind of catch the edges of a metal cage underneath the table, and you can hear something moving inside the cage.
Melody will take a knee and give it a look.
You see a brain with legs kind of scurrying around in the cage, and it sees you, and it disappears.
A brain with legs.
Those are one of their fucking dogs.
Do you think it alerted them that we're here? Should we get out of here as quick as possible?
Yeah, probably. And Melody is gonna quickly see if he can't grab one of those eggs that's being incubated.
Give me a Constitution saving throw as you touch one.
I'm gonna send Cobb to the door's still open, right? It didn't like shut behind us or
It's
anything.
still open.
Okay, I'm gonna send Cobb to the door to look to see if anyone comes.
Okay.
He has
Auggan will be. Sorry, go ahead.
Blind sight 10 feet and dark vision 60 feet.
Okay.
So you know.
What's up?
Auggan's going to wander around where all the bodies are and see if he can notice a goblin.
Okay. What'd you get, Melody?
10.
10. You touch the egg, and it feels incredibly warm and gross. Very slimy outside texture to it.
Mm-hmm.
And as you touch it, you feel a little barb prick your palm.
Okay.
And that's all that happens.
Melody will finish tossing it in the bag of holding.
Okay. And with your passive investigation, you see a little wriggling tail in your palm, and then it goes into the hole.
Oh. Do any of us see that?
Nope.
Okay.
Melody is going to fuck. He's going to cast to slow it. He's going to risk his hand a bit and do a ray of frost on his hand to slow it down.
All right, make an attack roll. Actually, you're attacking yourself, so don't make an attack roll. Just roll damage for that ray of frost.
Okay.
As you're just.
Okay, good. That's 1. That's cool. I rolled 2 ones. That's good.
Nice.
Oh.
That's awesome.
So yeah, you just. You do your best to freeze your hand to see if you can slow whatever that was.
Okay.
Well, at least you got them ones out of the way.
Yeah. But his hand is frozen now?
It's
So,
probably hurting.
It's just hurting.
Oh.
Fuck, what can I do here?
What's going on, Melody?
One of them fuckers got in my hand.
Oh.
Want me to chop it off?
Not yet. I'd like to look at. Melody's gonna look around for something, possibly to try to surgically, if I can take this thing out while it's slow.
Dispel magic. I don't know if that would help.
It wouldn't. You would get the idea. Probably not.
Okay.
Pass you my dagger. A dagger. I have more.
Goodness, there's always that. Yeah.
Yeah. Is there doing a look? Is there anything like since this?
There is a large knife that they use to crack open this guy's chest, and pull it and carve it. Yeah, it's like meant to cut through bone and.
Right. Yeah, give me a dagger.
Okay, here.
And Melody is not going to be pretty about this. He's just going to dig underneath, probably chop out more than he has to, and fucking get this thing out.
So you're like digging into your palm?
Yes.
Not there.
He's gonna, as it's, huh?
It's already
It's
up
not
your
there.
arm, buddy.
Where's it at?
It's not in your. It's not in your palm.
Okay.
Can you feel it?
Melody ties off his arm.
Okay, you tie off your arm.
Do you feel anything?
You feel a little bit of wriggling at your elbow.
So did I end up tying it off before then?
Yeah, you kind of get the idea. You tied it off like right in the crook of your elbow. It's right in your crook of your elbow.
Okay. Well then, yeah, he's gonna fucking dig in and try to get it out from there.
Okay, so for you jabbing into your palm, you take.
Yeah. Roll it.
1 point of damage.
All right.
And the blood's just oozing out of your hand. Then you just dig into your elbow to try to get to it. That's another 1 point of piercing damage. You're just like. Give me another Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Shit, these aren't good, guys.
I'm ready. Got my axe out.
Slightly better. 13.
13? You just can't get to it. It's very small. You're just like digging around in there trying to get it.
Gotta do, just get it out.
Well, maybe if you tried to burn it.
I don't have anything that burns.
I have a fire spell.
I don't.
There's a whole bunch of acid back there, man.
Yeah, I don't want.
I mean, that was probably a bit overkill.
Auggan, you're better with it. You're better with this dagger. Plus, I can't see what I'm doing anymore.
Okay.
Here.
Where is it now? Is it still in his elbow?
You don't know where it is. Melody still feels it wriggling around somewhere in his elbow.
Yeah. still in the elbow, and Melody will try to guide
All right.
where he's wiggling, where it feels wiggly. Like, right there, right there.
He reaches into his back. He pulls out an arrow, and he says, "Here, bite on this."
Yeah.
And then he starts digging around in his elbow, trying to find this thing.
All right.
With a dagger.
Sure. Auggan, roll me just a straight. We'll say Dex, or actually medicine. That makes more sense. Medicine makes more sense.
Yeah,
Melody
right.
has a good medicine.
Yeah, I got -2, so you better pray, man. 2 minus
Can I
2.
give him-
All right.
Can I give him advantage
Zero.
because I'm good at
Go for it. Yeah, you can give it.
proficient?
You can give him advantage to like guide him.
Okay. Still 19 minus 2, 17.
That's better.
You get into the crook of the elbow. Now you feel the dagger scrape against the bone. Like you can actually hear it
Bite
scrape. Like,
down on that arrow. The arrow snaps.
you feel purchase. Melody takes another 1 point of piercing damage, and this tiny little tadpole falls out of his elbow, cut in half. Just. And
Auggan crunches it, steps on it.
Sure, yeah.
And grinds it under his heel.
And Melody's arm, that arm, we'll say, is probably going to be a little useless for a while.
Yeah.
It's just been like carved up like meat.
Yeah, that means
Better than getting it in your brain.
That means the only spells I have at my disposal are my reaction. Nope, not that actually.
You can still. I'll say you can still cast your spells, but in terms of like using equipment, like opening doors and stuff, and like lifting things with that arm, probably not. You can still channel your magic through it, but you can't like use it to like do things, other things.
All right, yeah, because without somatic components, the only thing I'd be able to cast would be Dimension Door, or not Dimension Door, but Thunder Step and Misty Step.
Yeah. So right now,
Everything else requires somatic.
Yeah. So right now, your arm is just kind of like just bleeding profusely.
Well, I have it tied off, so hopefully that staunches.
It's stopped the bleeding, but it's still bleeding, pretty bad. And you can see the bone. You can see the bone, like wherever like the dagger was put in and carved up. You can see bone.
Yeah.
Well, Auggan has a healer's kit, and I know that's used for stabilizing someone, but it's got like a bunch of bandages and stuff in it. Can I just wrap his arm up?
Yeah, you can wrap the arm up, but it'll still.
It's not going to help much.
Yeah. But it'll like prevent from getting like infected or.
All right, Auggan does that. But before that, Auggan was kind of looking around. Did he see any goblin bodies amongst them hundreds of bodies?
Yeah, like quite a few.
Oh, okay. None that he recognized.
Make me a perception check.
All right, perception.
From the
2 minus 2, 0.
Nope.
From the time that Melody looked with Willie, would he be able to see what killed each of these? Like any telltale?
Nope.
Okay.
Do you want to put Willie on watch, and I'll send Cobb over to look?
Yeah, do it.
Yeah. Okay, so I send Cobb overhead to go as far down as these bodies go.
Okay.
Look for anything that looks familiar to me.
Sees a ton of bodies. Familiarity. Give me a perception check with advantage. Yeah.
My perception?
Yeah. Auggan, you should roll advantage as well because you're looking for something specific. Sorry.
Oh, but also
with advantage?
Rylie,
so I rolled a 3 that time, so 1.
So that was with advantage, did you say?
Yeah.
I know some things have advantage on smell and stuff, so if might be even better if you have
that dice goes to jail.
Mine has blind sight.
That won't help. That won't help for looking for.
Yeah.
I rolled a 16.
16.
Advantage. Yeah.
There is a familiar looking figure lying face down in the water.
I may have got him. I go to where Cobb is.
Okay. Yeah, you see him. You see Menchu. He's floating down, face down, about 60 feet in.
Guys.
Can Auggan wade out there and grab him?
You step into the water, and it doesn't look deep, but as soon as you step in, Auggan, you're like neck deep in water, and you're treading. You're not touching ground. You're treading water.
Okay, I reach back out and climb out.
Before Melody descends the staircase with everyone else, did he see anything else of interest in that room?
A lot. Like
besides...
lots of equipment. The electricity is actually coming from a device in the corner that kind of looks Frankenstein-esque. That they used to like kind of like bring Frankenstein's monster to life. There's like one of those devices in the corner. And there is currently it's in the far corner, so you guys wouldn't have. It's when you guys came into the room, you guys wouldn't have seen it right away. But now that you're looking around more intently, you see a figure lying on a slab, and there's a white sheet over the figure attached to this table that's just whirring with static electricity.
Fucking nope. But nothing really catches his eye as anything useful.
Just weird liquids and vials.
Yeah, we wouldn't even really know what electricity is except lightning, right?
It looks like it's more lightning. Like lightning channeled through something via magic.
Yeah. Oil.
Yeah, not electricity, but just magic. Lots of just pieces of things. Like skin taped to the wall, not nailed to the wall.
Yeah.
Those eggs. There's two more of those eggs in the guy's chest cavity.
Yeah, Melody's not gonna try that again, unless he uses. There were no tongs, so I mean, unless
the Mind Flayers just hold these eggs, but you get the idea. The Mind Flayers are just barehanding them.
Yeah.
If I have a crowbar, would that be like a tool enough to like? I'm not gonna fuck with it. Yeah, Melody's not even gonna touch that thing after feeling the pain that he just felt. So he's fucking going with everyone else.
Okay. What about Menchu, guys? He's out there,
60 feet out. In the water, Auggan, when you stepped in, you didn't touch the bottom. You were treading water.
Right.
If
I climb back out.
Would I have a sense of if I levitated and then got my familiar to pull me, would that work?
Your familiar wouldn't be strong enough to pull you.
Okay.
Melody will do a mage hand and drag Menchu's body across the water.
I don't think mage hand's strong. I don't think mage hand's strong enough to move bodies.
10 pounds.
If something's
it's about 10 pounds.
If something is floating, it's easier to push.
True.
Right?
Yeah. You can. Yeah. I'll say you can pull Menchu over.
Okay. Thank you.
And Auggan will reach down and pull him out of the water.
You pull him out of the water, and he appears to be breathing.
He was face down, right?
Yeah.
Does anyone have healing tools?
And he wakes up. He's just like,
Menchu.
Hey.
What? We found you. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Where am I?
Not good places. Not
Some
a good.
More bad. Does Menchu have any of his stuff on him?
No, just his.
Okay.
Yeah, his armor melted, so he's not wearing anything. Like he's got his clothes on.
Okay. Yeah, no weapons.
No weapons.
How injured does he look?
He looks perfectly fine.
Oh, okay.
Last thing I remember, I
right,
was laying in bed, and then I'm here.
You don't remember anyone taking you here?
No.
Unless they took you.
Hey, who's got a crossbow or something? I'll lend it to him if you can.
I have a light crossbow.
Light crossbow, please.
Yeah, I'll give that to you.
Okay, he takes it.
Excellent. All right. Is there another exit to this place?
The door you came through.
Does this go further? Okay. So we've reached the end of this.
Yeah.
Okay. Besides all the bodies, I imagine they're still alive.
They all are. You get the idea that if Menchu was, they might all be. And there's hundreds upon hundreds of them.
Let's start a revolution.
Yeah, Melody's gonna, if nothing else, there'll be a distraction. And Melody's gonna start waking some of them up.
All right.
Well, they're floating down in this really deep water, right?
You roll one of them over, and they've probably been in stasis too long, and they're kind of rotting a little bit. They're dead for sure. You do notice something moving under the water, though.
Oh.
and one of the bodies you like kind of tread shaking awake. That's about maybe 40 feet away at this point. You kind of see it get pulled underwater.
Shit.
And then you see
Yeah.
you see kind of a red cloud rise to the surface.
Boom, 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 boom.
Man, Auggan, good thing you did not go in there. Let's get the fuck out.
It's so close. It was so close. I was about to roll
I did
for
go
it.
in.
He did
That
go
was the
in.
problem.
He did go in. I rolled for it, and
Yeah.
it was so close.
Shall we run?
Yeah, let's and I guess there weren't any other ones near us that we could try to get at least one person as a potential distraction.
You can try.
All right.
Auggan just reach down and grab whoever's close nearby.
Cool.
and
You reach
haul
down and
them
just grab somebody, and you just keep running with Auggan carrying this person.
Cool.
The person, you guys get back into the lab. Whatever was in the water does not follow.
Okay.
You get back into the lab, and Auggan, look at the body you're holding, and it's a dead person.
Oh, great. All right, that's
up.
fine.
Heck, drops it.
And yeah, you guys kind of just stand there for a moment. Nothing's coming. You don't hear anything coming down the hallway. None of the hallways.
I have Cobb looking.
Yeah, Cobb doesn't see anything.
No.
Okay.
And then you hear
So-
a.
Was it my alarm?
You can hear something scurrying on the ceiling.
Fuck. Oh, it's that fucking thing.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah.
you see Menchu kind of looking a little wobbly. He's just like, ugh.
Melly's gonna look up at this thing and cast Ray of Frost.
All right, make an attack roll against the intellect devourer.
Oh, the brain with legs.
Yes,
That's a dirty 20.
that hits. Roll damage on that little brain dog.
2, 6 cold damage.
6 cold damage.
All right.
And it drops from the ceiling and lands on the floor in front of all you guys and just kind of looks around at all of you. And Menchu is like cradling his head and just like,
Auggan's gonna whack it with his axe.
Make an attack roll.
Do we need to roll initiative?
Momentarily. 15 hits, roll damage.
I imagine this might be a surprise round. So
8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. Auggan, you bring your axe on, you cut it in half. Just.
There. And then he's just gonna be ready and watching for more of these things around.
all right, guys.
Does Menchu go back to normal when
Nope.
it gets cut in half?
He does not.
Oh, shit.
Menchu,
Yeah.
your priority. Exits over there. Jump through the portal. You'll be fine.
I don't think I will.
Do you know anything about it?
Wait, what do you mean?
And he just slumps over face down.
Shit.
I think he's been invaded, guys.
Fuck.
And I need.
This is pretty bad.
Like that little thing that got into Melody.
He just falls face down.
Okay. Here's how this is gonna go. We're gonna leave him here for now. We need to go up there, see what we can find. Kill that thing if we can, and then get the fuck out of here.
And as you're talking, Menchu sits upright.
Are you okay? Oh god, that doesn't seem good.
And he just looks around, his blank. Just blank.
I'm gonna take the manacles.
Yeah,
And shackle him.
you shackle him. He opens his mouth, and Menchu's voice does not come out. It says, "You are foolish to come down here."
Well, he's shackled.
And you see blood start to ooze out of Menchu's nose, ears, eyes, and mouth.
Shit.
And then
Okay.
his eyes roll back, and he slumps backwards, and there's another popping noise, and there is one of those brain dogs right beside him.
Auggan hit them with his axe.
We're gonna roll for initiative now.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
What was my initiative? Okay.
I do still have the alarm on the
Yep.
on the stairs, so we'll know if that guy tries to join the fray.
Yep. All right. So, what did Auggan get?
21.
21. Nice. Melody.
15.
15. Rylie.
17.
17.
Dang. Good job, everyone.
So that'll means that Auggan, you are automatically first. You see Menchu fall back, eyes roll back into his head, and he just slumps backwards, and Intellect Devourer appears right beside him. Actually, it's more on his chest.
Okay, I'll swing it like a golf club then, but blade towards it.
Okay, make an attack roll.
20-something.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just whoop. Oof.
14 points of damage.
14 points of damage. Nice. Yeah, you hit it, and it kind of goes about. It kind of tumbles 5 feet off of Melody's or Menchu's body, unconscious body, and is now standing beside him. Anything else?
Rage.
Yeah, you rage, and
And then I'm just ready.
and
Oh, I got more attacks.
You
right?
do, yeah.
17.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
12 points of damage.
You squish this one.
All right. That's it. I'm still just raging, but
Yep.
that's it.
Okay.
Looking around. Ready.
She's gone.
Menchu's lying there, eyes closed.
But, like, fuck, should we try to save him? Shit.
You do see that he's not breathing. And you can kind of put the pieces together that probably all the bodies in that pool had intellect devourers in them.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Oh, there's only hundreds of them, right? Oh, my.
All right, quick.
But the pool
upstairs.
forms a sort of stasis on them, so they do not pop out.
Okay. All right. Okay,
All right.
so okay, I get it. Every time we pull a body out, there's another.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
All right, so
Click.
Say, let's go upstairs.
You're just leaving Menchu there and you're going upstairs?
Yeah, for now. We can always snag him on the way back.
Okay.
Because we have to go down anyway.
Yeah.
Do you want me to invisible him or anything like that to try to hide him?
No, he's dead.
Oh, is he dead? Okay.
Yeah, he looks dead.
Okay. I thought he was just unconscious. Okay.
How far are we away from the water? Like, could I just roll them over back into the water?
Oh, I thought we were back at the stairway.
You're back at the stairway at this point.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. So you go up the stairs.
Auggan runs up the stairs.
You run up the stairs. No cell checks then.
I am raging.
Yeah, you run up the spiral staircase, and the Mind Flayer that Melody saw through Rylie is not up here anymore.
Okay.
Which means why didn't it?
Stop,
And you kind of put it together. Why didn't it trigger your alarm spell?
Yeah. It must still be here, or it teleported out. We gotta be quick. And Melody's gonna put on the goggles and scan.
Hundreds of corridors are in this place.
Oh my.
And each corridor looks like it leads to another room full of artifacts, books that have just been taken by the victims of the Illithid capture.
Auggan, prioritize. What do each of these things say? Any identifying words that we can guide our decisions?
They all just say artifact room 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it just goes up to about 102.
When
Artifact room 102.
When you say corridors, do you mean of literal walls or bookshelves? Or like sort of hallways of bookshelves?
No, hallways that are made of stone and lead into other areas.
Okay, okay.
All right.
Are they long hallway? Can we see? Like,
They're quite long.
all right.
Melody's gonna have Willie scope out just a room at random.
I'll do the same with Cobb.
Okay.
And just say, let's check out one.
Willie goes down the hallway 1. Yeah, it's just filled with hundreds of magical equipment just in glass cases.
I guess we'll run there first.
Okay, you just sprint down there.
Yeah. Meanwhile, just kind of, I imagine if we're trying to be swift about this, any perception
Or
checks
disadvantage. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Melody will still be looking around.
All right.
Yeah. And while this is happening, Cobb is doing a different one.
Melody, you're running down that corridor, and you feel a snag as you're running.
Oh, I didn't get to roll?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought I was okay. I meant to
Well,
actively be looking around, but that's okay. All right. The snag.
you feel a snag, and you look back, and you see a sort of spectral wire disappear.
Okay.
And you guys hear
alarm spell.
And Melody
following Melody.
Melody behind you see an iron grate coming down from the ceiling, about to close you off.
Yeah, Melody will still go into the thing.
Okay.
Go into the magic room and see what looks best for a wizard.
Wasn't the first room where he was?
No, he sprinted down a hallway.
No, I mean the first room at the top of the spiral staircase.
That's where the Mind Flayer was.
Where he was, that was also a room full of stuff.
It was, correct.
So that was like
I thought that's
room 0 or whatever.
That's technically, yeah. The first room that you guys saw when you came to the thing that Willie saw was a room full of magical artifacts and books, and there's different corridors that also are filled with magical artifacts and books.
Right. Okay.
Shit.
So
I did mention that when Willie looked up the stairs.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah, and I had Willie go pick a thing at random.
Yeah, which he did.
Anyway.
Wait, did he pick a hallway at random, or did he pick a magic item at random? Because I heard 1, so I assumed corridor number 1.
I said that, yeah. We are where we are right now. Melody's behind a gate, and he's looking.
Well, the gate's not fully closed yet. It's going down quite slow.
It's fine even if it closes. Melody's gonna look in this room and see what he can find.
Okay, Auggan's running down the hallway behind Melody. He's gonna slide under the.
No, don't. Melody will say, "Don't. I have a way to get out." You don't.
Too late. Too late.
You're fucking dead. Damn it.
So the gate goes down.
Like, guys.
Yeah. So Rylie and Keith are in the big room. In that room, you see that same black sphere in a glass case. And you see a sort of swirling purple cloud in a glass case. Everything else looks like kind of like mundane magical items, like materials mostly.
And now Melody's in the next room?
No, you're in the same room with Melody.
Yeah, I know.
Because you slid under the grate, yeah.
Are we in the room, or are we still in the hallway?
You're in the room.
Okay.
Just grab whatever you can, Auggan. I'm gonna try and find something useful, but you grab everything that you can. Toss it in the bag.
Okay, what do I see? What can I grab?
You see a black sphere, and you see a swirling purple cloud in a glass case.
Oh wait,
the same as what's in the first room?
Rylie sees?
No, I'm describing what you saw when you went into that room, Melody.
Oh, okay.
I haven't described what Rylie sees yet.
Oh. Oh, okay. So that's all I saw was the
sphere, the purple
sphere.
cloud swirling in the box, and then just materials.
All right. Well, fuck, that was a waste. What's the swirling purple cloud thing? Can Melody
Nope.
pick what properties that might have?
Probably not.
And it's in a case.
It's in a case.
How
How
big
big
the
is
case?
Not big, 2 feet by 2 feet.
Oh, that's pretty big.
Melody will just and the orb is in a case as well.
Yeah.
All right. Grab the purple case, the purple case thing. I'm gonna grab.
So the cases look they have to be lifted up to take the item out from underneath. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Do I want to touch
So
this?
It's like a protective case that is put over top of it.
Okay, so it doesn't look like we can take them with a case.
No.
We can't keep them. Okay, well.
And you already seen what happened when something touched that black sphere thing.
Yeah. Yeah, Melody doesn't know what that does other than that it's very dangerous. Sorry, Auggan, this was a wash. And he's just gonna... You see anything you like?
Is there anything else? That's all that's in this room?
Yeah, just mundane magical components. The purple smoke and the sphere.
Components. You see any components you need, Melody?
I don't know. Do any of them look like more like gold?
500 gold piece diamonds and things?
No diamonds.
Okay.
More so like
rubies.
Materials for like casting other spells like rubies, emeralds, blood.
Yeah. Melody will...
Incense.
You look around, Melody. I'm going to see if I can open this gate thing, and Auggan's going to try and lift up the portcullis.
Give me a strength check.
If they're sitting on a desk, Melody's just going to scoop a bunch of them in.
18.
Later.
Okay, 18.
There's an 18.
You lift it up, but you get the sense you're probably going to have to hold it for Melody to get out.
Right. So, well, now I know I can lift it. I'm just going to put it back down. Okay, unless Melody's ready to get out of here.
Yeah, no, Melody's ready. You just,
okay, I've got it lifted up.
So, Auggan, you're straining to keep this open. Melody, you book it out of there.
And...
Yep.
Auggan kind of...
Yep, and you both get out.
Rylie, you find anything?
I don't know.
Okay.
Well, we're all in the same room again.
So...
Right, but we're a good distance away.
Well,
Rylie, you see... in a glass case, a black mask that looks like a demon's face. You see a weird-looking silver circle, like a platinum circle, with a hole in the middle of it.
Okay.
And you see a deck of cards.
Oh, God. I explained this to Melody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, grab what you can. That's all.
They do not look like the same deck of cards that Morphan is trying to pawn off on you guys.
Okay. Okay, I gonna go in, but I'm gonna look for the what was it that tripped you? Or was it a wire that tripped you?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna look for any wires.
It was an arcane wire. From the alarm spell.
The wires, you get the sense, are probably going to be in the corridors, not out here.
Oh, so this is just what I see.
Yeah, this is just a big open room.
I thought this was what I was seeing through Cobb.
No.
Okay.
That's what you're seeing directly.
Okay, then I will. Yeah, I want to check out this circle first. Do I recognize it in any way?
You do not have enough. You would have to spend a decent amount of time to try to figure out what it does.
Should I just take everything? What if it's cursed or something? Melody, do you...
Usually cursed stuff wouldn't affect you until you try to attune to it, I think. Sometimes they do upon grabbing, but sometimes they don't.
I guess I'll start with, I don't know, I'll go for the cards first.
Okay, you take the cards.
Okay.
On the pack of the cards is a red sun and a skull in the center of it.
I kind of just pass it to Melody. I'm like, make what you can of this.
I don't know if we've caught up with
He
you.
has not caught
Oh.
up with you yet.
Yeah.
Oh, so
I
this is like
imagine what's
before.
happening. Yeah, this is
Oh,
like
okay.
happening the same time that
Yeah.
I tripped the alarm and stuff.
Okay.
So we haven't caught up to you yet.
Okay, so in order to get any sort of sense of like what these do, I would have to take time to.
Yeah, and
Correct.
you get the idea that you do not
Identify.
have time because you can hear an alarm going off.
Okay, shit. I sort of, and then there was the circle. How big is that?
Size of your hand.
Okay. I take that. Does anything? I'll touch it carefully. Does anything happen?
No.
Okay, I take it. Well, and the other, I can't remember what the other thing was.
A black mask
Oh, the
that
mask.
has the visage of a demon.
That one's scary. I can't do an Arcana check or anything?
No.
God. All right. If I poke it, like I did with the other one, anything happens?
It's in a glass case. You have to lift the glass case
Yeah,
out
if
and
I
poke
lift
it.
the glass case,
Nothing happens when you poke it.
nothing happens. I'll take it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm assuming I have some kind of bag. I'll just kind of.
Yeah.
Or is it, okay.
You have a backpack. Everybody does.
Yeah. And then I look around to see if there's anything else.
Hundreds of other corridors.
And I look through Cobb to see if.
Cobb would see a corridor that has glass cases, and inside are little gems with chains that seem to have some swirling force inside of them.
Okay. I'll wait till Melody and Auggan get back.
Okay.
All right. Hopefully what we got was good. Let's get out.
And yeah, Melody and Auggan get back to you. The alarm is still going. Rah, rah, rah.
We gotta run.
I pop Cobb back to me.
Okay. You guys go down the staircase.
Yep.
Okay. Where to?
And in the area where the hive is.
Yeah.
Melody is. Oh fuck! That takes. Nope, he doesn't do that because that takes a whole minute. Melody's gonna watch that hallway.
The hive hallway.
Yes.
You can hear.
As everybody rolls by.
Yeah, you can hear things coming down the hallway.
All right. Melody is going to. Melody is going to cast black tentacles.
Okay.
And yeah, follow everyone else to the escape route.
Keith is like, you guys go. You know what? No, that's so stupid. I'm not going to sacrifice myself right now. And he is going to take a vial of blood, pop the top off. So you have the black tentacles are in the doorway of this hallway.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just going to take the vial. How long does it take to... Oh, one action. Cool. Pour it in his hand. And he just closes his eyes and says... So, Garrett.
Yeah.
For summon Greater Demon,
Yeah.
what level would you have to be to summon a Glabrizu?
I believe. Let me see. I believe a Glabrizu.
One slot
Would
level above
be-
4th. Oh, okay.
Yeah. What's the there's like a reduced threat Glabrizu, which is challenge rating 6. So that would be.
He can't summon it.
Okay.
He's gonna just summon Bulgura
There we go.
Okay.
in the hallway. And then
On the other side of the
tentacles. Yeah.
Okay.
And he's like, okay, let's go.
Yeah. Sounds
So
good.
we're gonna go into the disposal room.
Yep.
Oh my!
Seems like a
really?
really bad
That's like a
idea.
garbage disposal. We're gonna jump in it.
Yep.
So, you guys all
Okay.
you guys all
I'm
run
following you.
you guys all run to the disposal room.
That was the plan.
There
That's the plan.
there is the walkway above the swirling vortex. Keith looks down in it. Want me to go first?
We're all going. We might as well go. I
Yeah.
guess. Eh?
Yeah.
Sure.
Melody just picks him up.
Ah!
Yeah, and Auggan grabs Rylie, so we're all together, sort of.
Are we all going all at once?
Yeah, it looks like it. You all
God.
jump into the vortex, and as soon as you hit the vortex, you feel utterly cold.
Oh boy.
We probably just died.
And you
Oh.
you feel yourselves discorporate a little bit. And there's a flash of brilliant white light.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys appear in this very colorful landscape floating. And you look around and you see other just bodies floating around dead in this void space, but it's all colorful, like blues and greens and reds and purples. And you see chunks of land floating around.
Boy.
And you guys all look at each other and you all have long silver threads coming out the back of you. And that is where we're going to end the session for the week.
Oh my!
I love that. We just
We
put
just
ourselves
disposed
out
of ourselves.
Well, like, yeah, I guess my interpretation of what was actually happening was incorrect. I didn't.
You don't
have
understand the
same
word
image
disposal?
in my head. No. I'm talking about triggering the alarm.
Oh, yeah.
I figured, like, since my familiar went there, it would be fine.
Oh, yeah.
Gotcha.
But-
You just ran right through it.
Yeah. But no,
Well, it's
now that
okay.
we went back to it, I think I just miscommunicated some things, so. But that was still really fun.
And now you guys are somewhere fun.
Oh, I
Oh,
bet.
God.
Yeah.
It's not. Is it going to stop being a pandemonium campaign? And now it's going to be wherever the fuck we are now campaign?
Yeah.
That's pretty great.
Pretty much, see?
You'd all would appear in this place, everyone with silver threads coming out of their backs.
Okay.
This is interesting.
Okay.
And I knew Gary knew doing that immediately when he said, "Oh fuck." So
Well, like, where do the threads go?
they don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
But there's a reason you have threads coming out of your back.
Yeah, so we could get reeled back.
yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
Or something else.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
another
So we'll be back to continue this cliffhanger in the new year, January 1st.
Yes, no playing on Christmas, but we'll play on New Year's.
This is quite a cliffhanger, huh?
So I will begin
2 weeks to cling to this.
I'm so dumb. Why did I cast fly on myself when I have wings of flying?
We're not sure.
So yeah, we are in a new plane of existence. I am so excited. Well, it's not really a new plane. It's something else.
Okay.
And I am very excited. Oh man. When you guys were first talking about jumping in there, and I'm like, yeah, do it. But yeah.
And we did.
All the bodies are floating.
Oh, yeah.
All the bodies are floating around. They don't have threads. I'm so excited.
Just send me a message of what we happen to snag, or I mean, if we need to actually figure out what they are. I mean, I imagine components-wise, I might
just
yeah.
But thing is, Melody probably know what this place is based on stuff. So I'll message Garrett later about what this place is. I probably don't need to.
Yeah.
But we'll be back in the new year. We'll be back in about half an hour for Beneath the Tide and picking up on that cliffhanger that we had whenever we last played that campaign. So join us back here in about half an hour for Beneath the Tide. And then tomorrow, the beginning of our Curse of Strahd sequel campaign, Shadows over Ravenloft. And then holiday break time. So good night, everybody, and have a safe and happy holiday. And we'll see you all in the new year. Bye-bye, everyone.
Happy holidays. Merry Christmas, everyone.